Here is our microphone test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Microphone test number 2. Microphone test number 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
following is a presentation of the Trojan Sports Network.
Back on the Marion Health pregame show, catching up with Taylor football head coach Aaron Mingo before they take on St. Francis of Illinois here today. Big news for the program off the field a couple of days ago. Trojans were named the top team in all of NAI football with the top team GPA in the country for the football folks at 3.31. What does that mean to you as their head coach?
It means that we have a lot of highly intelligent individuals on our football team that take care of business in the classroom, and they are such a joy to coach. They're guys that are highly responsible, care a ton, and are also gifted, very gifted minds, and very diligent. And so very proud of the team. We celebrate that success. I know they're hoping to be the top team in the country, and to actually achieve it is pretty awesome.
How does that help you as a coach dealing and working and molding with such bright minds, as you mentioned, when it comes to implementing a scheme or a new play or a different aspect of something on the football field?
Yeah, I think that's a terrific question. Our guys can always handle what we give them when it comes from a schematic standpoint. It's allows us, I think, to be more multiple and versatile. It definitely can create edges in the game. And if you look at how we play the game, we play a pretty clean version of football. Where last year we were the least penalized team in the country, and we're on our way to possibly doing that again. And it's because of the type of kids that we coach. We don't have a lot of infractions where we could control it, and during the game. And so there's not a lot of assignment busts. There's not a lot of guys not being where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there, and allows us as coaches to be creative and really puts it all back on us. And these guys can handle whatever we throw at them from a mental standpoint.
You guys have been on the road for the last 3 weeks after the Week 0 win here against St. Ambrose. 3 really tough opponents. Obviously, receiving votes, Concordia, they're one of the top teams in the MSFA, and then 2 Division I teams out of the FCS, and Butler and Dayton. Coming on the wrong side of all 3 of those scores, what did you take away from the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, well, the Concordia game, you mentioned that first. That's how the road trip began, and I think we played really poorly. It's a game that we looked tired, looked exhausted. I know it was a highly emotional week 0 matchup with St. Ambrose, and incredible, exciting win. But we rolled into Ann Arbor and we looked a step slow. I take that back on me and looked at our schedule and said, hey, I don't think this is going to be super sustainable throughout the year. So we made some tweaks in house to hopefully create more rest opportunities for our guys. It's a long season. Our schedule is one that is full of tough opponents, and I think the last couple of weeks we've looked like a fresher ball club on Saturdays, and plan on that, obviously, and hope for that to be the case throughout the rest of the year. The next 2 weeks, Butler and Dayton have showed bright spots. What I've taken away from that is that every unit in our football team, every positional unit, has the capacity to play winning football, can make plays, can operate and do their jobs and assignments to a high degree, and that's against worthy opponents. And we have to grow in our consistency as a program to do that every down for 60 minutes. We have not done that to the degree necessary to beat teams like that yet. And so, but I'm encouraged by the fact that every position group shows the ability to do it. The plays that we have made in the last couple of weeks have been not because of busts and breakdowns from the opponent, but because our guys are playing high level football. And like I said, unfortunately, we haven't put enough of that together. It's got to be more consistent from here on out.
You mentioned the consistency. You look at the last 2 weeks. You were really close towards late in the half before a late drive against Dayton after you had a slow start against the Flyers, but then you found the offensive rhythm. Defense got a couple nice 3-and-outs, and then you're down 17-7 at the half against Butler 2 weeks ago, and they just ran Wabash out of the place a week ago. What do you take from those two segments of those two games, and then try to say, okay, this is good, and we need to multiply this forward? Anything in particular from those?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, like I said, it's a consistency thing. That's exactly what we're seeing is we have the capacity to, on every phase of the game, every positional unit, when I look at the film, whether it's the back end of our defense, to the box of our defense, to the offensive line on our offense, to the quarterback room, to the receivers, the running backs, tight ends, to our special teams units, every single unit has shown the capacity to play high-level football versus good competition and performing winning plays. We have to do it more consistently as a program, and that's every unit has those moments of like, this isn't consistent enough. But here on this play, you did exactly what was asked of you, and you made a terrific play, and we just have to duplicate and replicate that over and over and over again for 60 minutes in a game. And if we do that, we have the capability of, I think, having a lot of wins. We have the capacity to beat really high level opponents and be a high level football team ourselves, but we haven't gotten there yet. And so it's a process to that. We got to continue to pound the rock, and which we will, and continue to develop more consistency.
When we talked before the St. Ambrose game, the one thing that we highlighted was a lot of youth on both sides of the ball, particularly on the defense. And for them, they probably felt like they had to drink from a fire hose maybe this last month. How is the young defensive players coming along?
Yeah, I mean, they have. It's been here's college football. Welcome to it. We're not going to ease you into this thing. And there's been some incredible moments, and there's been some growing pains. Is how it's gone. And we're trying to mature that group up as quick as possible. We're trying to get them to be, like I said, more consistent. But there's those flashes of this is fantastic and what a play you just made there, and it provides for some exciting moments, but it also provides for some very stressful moments for yours truly here. And so we love these guys. It's been exciting, and like I said, if we can just become a more consistent football team, then good things are going to happen for us on Saturdays.
Back-to-back weeks where your offense has produced at least one 70-plus yard touchdown, and I found it ironic that I'll throw shade here. The guys that were doing the game for Dayton said that your offense isn't very explosive. Then almost like on cue, it was like Damon Hockett and Dakota Simonson heard that, and boom, 75 yards to the house on one play. Where's those two explosive plays come from the last 2 weeks? Yeah,
the one against Butler was a pitch pass where we run option. We've been working that. We always have it in our arsenal. And, once we feel like the defensive secondary is triggering on option and triggering run hard and not honoring the perimeter blocks or the vertical aspects of what we're trying to do with our blocks, then we want to go ahead and pitch the ball and throw it out there. And that's what happened against Butler. And then Dayton, literally that was a matchup that we liked. Dakota, it actually wasn't the kid we were planning on picking on. And he actually got subbed in for that drive, but prior to that, Dakota it let us know on the sideline, I can get on top of these guys right away, and so we knew we were going to come to that pretty quickly, and they subbed in a different corner, and he got on top of it, on the top of the defense really quickly, and Damon has steadily improved. This is like his only third year of playing quarterback in his life, and so he is the amount of improvement he's having from week to week is really incredible, and his confidence as a passer is growing, and threw a really nice ball to Dakota, and did it again later in the game, and unfortunately there was a drop there, but it was another nice ball, and just showing the ability to push the ball down the field in the passing game, which is huge for our offense.
Never bad to get the ball in the hands of the fast guys and John Thomas and Dakota Simonson, right?
Correct. Yes.
Let's talk about Damon. When we talked before St. Ambrose, which feels like a month and a half ago, but it's only 4 weeks ago. It was a two-quarterback system with he and Isaiah. Damon is now got the majority of those starting and quarterback snaps. What led to that difference to give him the starting nod after the St. Ambrose game?
Yeah, it's just a lot of it's paying attention to what the offense does around him. And so sometimes at quarterback you could do everything right, but for whatever reason the offense responds in a certain way. Damon's been taking care of the football really well. We've had one turnover in the last 2 games on offense. Unfortunately, that one turnover we had on Saturday against Dayton was in our own red zone, and it was a bad pitch by him, and the defense scored the next play. But we have made huge improvements with that. He doesn't force things, and I really appreciate that about who he is, and he's a playmaker. And as the area in his game that he needed to grow in the most was the pass game. We've installed some things in the pass game, and I think that really fit our personnel on the perimeter really well, and fit his ability really well. And the confidence is growing every day, it seems like, and I'm excited about that. And I don't, obviously nobody knows what your potential is, but certainly the amount of growth we've experienced over the last month since we played St. Ambrose has been terrific when it comes to the pass game, and hopefully that continues on.
We're joined by football head coach Aaron Mingo before they take on St. Francis of Illinois, their second home game of the year. After this week, you guys will hit the halfway point of the regular season. Where does the team stand right now, getting ready to hit the halfway point?
Yeah, well, I think they're energized, they're excited. They see it that we play football in spurts that is really high level, and then we have moments where it's not. And we're on a mission to play our best football week in, week out. So every week, improving from the week before, and finding out what this team's fully capable of, and what its potential truly is, and going to work each day to pound the rock and continue to make gains. And I think our guys are excited to be back home. I think our guys have confidence that, hey, we can make plays against really good opponents. We just got to do it more consistently. And I'm hoping that, this back half of the season, that you see a more consistent Taylor football team. And if you do so, then I think we're going to be in a lot of incredible ball games. We're going to pull off some incredible wins, and there's going to be some exciting Saturdays for us.
Hopefully another exciting Saturday here at home like the one you had in Week 0 against St. Ambrose. Your opponent, the Fighting Saints of St. Francis of Illinois, out of the MSFA Midwest, top 25 team, had a tight one last week against Lawrence Tech. They're breaking in a new quarterback in Carl Bew, a much different skill set that he has compared to what the other starter had, much more of a runner is Bew. How has that changed things with them going to a new quarterback just 1 week ago?
Yeah, I actually think he's a similar player to what their other quarterback is, and we don't know who the starter is going to be. We're planning on their original starter to be the guy, and then if Bew's going, then it's him. He did a fantastic job in his first start. I think he's only a freshman, a redshirt freshman is what I see. And
we thank head coach Aaron Mingo for his time and his thoughts on the matchup today with the 14th ranked and undefeated St. Francis of Illinois Saints. This has been the Marion Health pregame show. St. Francis wins the toss. They defer, and so they will kick it away. The Trojans have the ball first here on the ball game today. Back deep for the Trojans, Dakota Sonicson, their main kickoff return man, along with Devin Stupples. Mayday kicks it away, and we're off and running to the far sideline as Stupples takes it to the 15. On the numbers, the 20, 25. He's wrapped up by a couple of different Fighting Saints. The first one to get to him was Jake Friddle, along with Matthew Perry. And here comes the Trojan offense. They try to snap a 3-game losing skid. Their only win came in Week 0 here against St. Ambrose a month ago. Lost at receiving votes, now ranked Concordia of Michigan, and then Butler and Dayton last week. 1st and 10 for Taylor from their own 26. First drive of the ball game here for Damon Hockett to the Trojans as he moves John Thomas from the slot right to the slot left. Handoff over the left side to Dylan Scally. In between the hash marks and the numbers, he gets a couple up near the 30.
Brought down by number 9, Nick Mabudis.
So you can hear Nick Mabudis on the stop. A gain of 3 to the 29.
It'll be 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 for Taylor, for the senior running back, Scally. Thomas, a wing back to the left, a double tight end set, 3-man front in the 3-3-5. here for St. Francis. Pitch right side on the option to Thomas, trying to get outside the numbers to the right sideline. He is upended at the knees by Mabudis again. Back-to-back tackles for 9 and White, and the Trojans facing a 3rd down and long after a gain of 1 to the 30.
Gain of 1. It is 3rd down and 6.
3rd and 6 for Taylor. They have not been strong on 3rd downs coming in to the game. Taylor in the new purple uniforms with the white numbers and the gray trim and the gray pants and the purple helmets with the purple face masks. St. Francis, in the road white with the brown numbers and the brown pants. 3rd and 6 for Taylor from their own 30 as they go from left to right to start here in the first quarter. Hockett, pressure, trying to flip it out his jersey tut. He completes it to Scally, but it's going to be a big loss back near the Taylor 20-yard line as he threw it out to the left. It's a loss back of 9 to the 21 or 22, and the Trojans are going to have to punt. They go 3 and out on their opening possession.
Loss on the play brings up 4th and long.
So a loss of 8 back to the 28-yard line. Isaiah Grabowskis, the Taylor punter, is on here for his first punt of the afternoon. Scott Tumley, the all-MSFA return man, he is sent back deep inside his 35, takes a bounce near his face, and it's going to take a big Taylor bounce inside the 25 on the far sideline, picked up by the all-league man himself, Jacob Hockett. An excellent punt from Grabowskis. And now we'll get to see the St. Francis offense here for the first time today. No score, 13-19 left to go here in the first quarter. No surprise to see St. Francis force Taylor into a 3 and out. The Fighting Saints are the best defensive team in the NAIA, allowing just a shade over 6 points per game. So it will be the regularly scheduled starter, Sam Tumulty. He missed last week's game, a nail-biter against Lawrence Tech. He's out there with Keenan Haley, the back, with him. Man in motion, left side, they hand it around there. So it's almost a wing-back pass. Cutting back to the near side is the youngest of the 3 Tumulty brothers. This is Joey, 80 and White. Goes around the right side, gets to the 36-yard line, a gain of 5 on 1st and 10.
99, Job Pryor. Gain of 5.
So a carry there early for the youngest Tumulty. 5'9" out of Villa Park, Illinois. Sam, the quarterback. And you'll see Scott, the man who just was back to return the punt as a defensive back, also get some carries as well. 2nd and 5 for St. Francis. Their first drive of the game, they go from right to left. Hand off over the right side. Big old hole for Haley, but a flag was thrown on the near side. And we'll see what the flag is. Flag thrown by head line judge Andrew McClure. We'll get to hear from Matthew Craig, our referee, for the first time today.
Illegal formation, 5 men in the backfield, 5-yard penalty, replay.
So a tough break there for St. Francis as they had the first down, but were unable to pick up or nullified there by the penalty. Tough break there for the Saints. Again, they go from right to left on the opening drive for them in this ball game, and the penalty moves them all the way back to the 31. So right back where the drive started. 2nd down and 10. Dropping back to throw is Sam Tumulty. All afternoon to throw. Throws a short one to the near sideline. It's compete to DeZion Jordan. He's wrapped up quickly by Stupples of Taylor and forced back at around the 35 or 36. So they get the penalty yardage back. St. Francis does on the first completion of the day from Sam Tumulty.
Number 38, David Worlds on the stop.
So Worlds in on the stop as well. That's going to be 3rd down and 5 here for St. Francis with 3 minutes gone here in quarter number 1. Nice catch by DeZion Jordan on a short one from Tumulty, who's the back-to-back MSFA Midwest League Offensive Player of the Year. 3rd down and 5, first drive of the game, no score for USF. In the gun, belt high snap back to Tumulty. Looking, now wants to run. Jumps and throws across the middle, complete to his younger brother, Joey. His first completion from the Tumulties today, out to the 46, a gain of 10 on 3rd and 5. And a nice pickup there for USF to keep the chains moving.
23, Dawson Skelly.
And USF not slowing down. They've got the cards in the air, showing off their plays. Someone must be a Seinfeld fan because they have the Seinfeld logo out. 2 wide, both to the far side of the field for Sam Tumulty on the left hash mark. Knee-high snap, hands off to Harvey up there. Oh, he is swallowed up huge by Ja Pryor as Haley was engulfed.
27, Keenan Haley on the carry.
That play was going nowhere fast. Good job by the big man, Ja Pryor, in his second season in the purple and gray for TU.
2nd and 10.
Running back Gavin Day exits, and Joey Tumulty back out onto the field here for the St. Francis offense. They go from right to left here on their first drive of the game. They picked up a 3rd down and 5 to keep the drive rolling along here. Tumulty with Haley set to his left in the gun. 4-man front for Taylor with 4 in the secondary. Chest high snap to Tumulty. Drops back, looking to his right, throws it high, arcing pass over the middle, wants his younger brother, and he got tangled up with Dawson Scally, and the younger of the Scally brothers is going to get whistled for a pass interference as the flag is thrown.
Pass interference. Defense, number 23, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic.
So a 15-yard penalty, and the Trojans whistled for their first penalty against them today. As you heard in our pregame conversation with head coach Aaron Mingo, he was applauding how they were the least penalized team in the country a year ago. But this one comes back to bite them. Here's the ball moved all the way up to the 39-yard line of the Trojans.
1st and 10 for St. Francis on the Trojan 39-yard line.
As USF in Taylor territory on their first drive is that 3rd down and 5, 10-yard hookup to the younger of the Tumulties is the big one here. Haley over the left side. He is hit hard in the backfield. Carter Wortman, the first Trojan to get to him, a gain of 1 to the 38.
Carter Wortman.
And the Carter Wortman fans have something to cheer about. So just to let you know, our camera on the opposite side from where we are here in the press box, so if I accidentally say far side and it's near on your camera, I apologize. I'm trying to make sure to get all of my orientation down for you folks watching at home today. 2nd down and 9, no score, and a long first drive for USF. Quick pass low, picking it off the driven. A nice comeback move by Joey Tumulty off the pass from his big brother Sam. He serpentines his way to the 30. That's a gain of 8, and it'll be close to the line to gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 right at the 30.
By 23, Dawson Scally, and 44, Avon Jones.
So back-to-back completions here is Tumulty. 3 for 3 through the air so far. Second time he has found his younger brother today. 3rd and 1 for USF. They picked up a 3rd down and 5 to extend this drive here. No score. 9:18 left to go in the first quarter. This is the first drive for USF and the 7th play of the possession. Haley getting some words from Sam Tumulty to the quarterback's left. Faking in a counter up the middle. Haley hit immediately, and the initial line is going to look like he's going to be a half yard short as he got no gain, stonewalled at the 30. So now USF has a decision. Do they go for it on 4th down? And there's no guessing for 12th year head coach Joe Curry. Trying to strike first on their first possession of the game today. The 3-0 and 14th ranked Fighting Saints looking to pick it up on 4th down and 1 from the Taylor 30. Ball on the right hash mark as USF goes from right to left here in this opening quarter. Tumulty wets the fingers on his right hand, now arms extended. Chest high snap, looks to throw, looked right now, coming back to his left, pressure breaks down. Tumulty rolling near side, lofts it up, and coming out of the backfield and hauling it in is Haley. A 4 for 4 start for Sam Tumulty and showing why he's the back-to-back MSFA Midwest Offensive Player of the Year. Huge connection there, and it's a big 4th down pickup as the ball now rests at the Taylor 12, a gain of 18.
St. Francis 1st down. 1st and 10 on the Trojan 12-yard line.
So still not a goal-to-go situation, but St. Francis in the red zone here for the first time today. This is the 9th play of the opening drive. Belt high snap, handoff to Haley this time on the ground. Taylor stretches him out. He is upended hard by the freshman safety Reed Messer. A gain of 1, maybe none, and it'll be 2nd down and long. We'll say no gain as he stays at the 12.
21, Reed Messer. Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11.
So actually move him back for a loss. That's the first negative play of the day here for St. Francis. They're in the red zone for the first time. They've picked up 3 first downs on this opening drive that's getting ready to see its 10th play with 7:12 and counting here on the first quarter clock with no score. Taylor got the ball first. They went 3 and out, and USF putting together a nice long drive to start. Tumulty drops back, throws to the end zone's got a man wide open, and he finds Joey Tumulty, his younger brother, for the 13-yard touchdown pass. And with 6:59 left to go in the opening quarter, USF goes right down the field and scores in 10 plays, and they lead 6-0. A 5-for-5 start here for Tumulty.
17, Brian Mayday into attempt to
As
point
Brian Mayday on to add the extra point.
out. Number 5, Jalen Cooper on
Out of the hold of Jalen Cooper. The snap comes from Mike Carver. And the kick is up, and it is good. A 10-play drive ends with a touchdown pass from the Tumulty brothers, Sam to the younger brother, Joey, and USF scores first. On their opening drive of the ballgame, they lead 7-0. With 6:59 left to go here in the first quarter, we're right back with the kickoff next here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Steffels back to return.
10-play drive for St. Francis. Goes over 69 yards, and the drive took almost 7 minutes off of the clock. A wonderful first drive of the game here for USF. Brian Mayday, the 6'1 junior out of Orland Park, Illinois, on to kick it away deep. Sends Devin Stupples backpedaling. It lands in the purple end zone to our left, and the Trojans get the ball back, and they will start at the 25-yard line. We'll see what the Taylor offense can do. Down 7-0, 6:59 remaining in the opening stanza. And the Trojans went 3 and out on that opening drive, looking for a better answer here.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans on their own 25-yard line.
Change at running back, no surprise there, as the Trojans rotate a healthy amount of running backs in throughout the ball game. Hockett waves Thomas from slot right to slot left. Hockett option through a shovel pass back forward to Drew Bagley. That worked for a 2-point conversion last week. Here it gets 3 yards up the middle with Tavion Wells, one of a couple of Fighting Saints, to slow him down.
28, TJ Neal on the stop. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7.
So 2nd down and 7. Taylor goes from left to right here in your second drive of the game. Thomas in motion again. Hockett fakes the option, now pitches out to Ja, outside the numbers near side, cuts back at the 30. Oh, he is so slippery as he knifes his way up near the first down line to gain. Was he on the 35? We'll wait and see. They put the ball down, and he is good enough for the first down. Run for Ja Thomas. That was something the Trojans wanted to do, is get Ja more involved. Well, he picks up the 7 he needs. And the chains move on the first down pickup for Taylor today. Taylor down 7-0 with 6:06 and winding here in the first quarter. Second carry of the day for Ja. He lines him in the backfield. First time we've seen this from the Trojans this season. Straight give to 2 in purple. Over the right side, he spins his way for more yards. Oh, he slips off more tackles as he goes to his right on the short side of the field. He might have had a 10-yard pickup, and he does on the dot. Back-to-back carries for Thomas. He takes Taylor out near midfield. 45-yard line on a 10-yard scamper.
For another Taylor.
That was something head coach Aaron Mingo told us to keep your eyes on this week. Wait to see Ja Thomas in the backfield. When in doubt, get it to your fastest guy on the field and let him go.
1st and 10 on the 45-yard line.
So the Trojans have picked up 20 yards here in just 3 plays. Back-to-back first down touches from Ja Thomas. Lamb the back here, jump cut, and he is hit hard in the backfield. He got back. He'll say he lost a yard to the 44-yard line.
Brought down by 9, Nick Mabudis.
Nick Mabudis gets his 3rd tackle of the opening quarter. Actually keep it at the 45-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 for TU. Down 7-0, less than 5 to play here in the first quarter. With the Trojans trying to answer the 10-play drive in 6 minutes and 20 seconds for USF. as they have taken a 7-0 lead thanks to the 13-yard pass from the Tumulty brothers, Sam to Joey. Shotgun, arms near the chest of Hockett. Quick pass, throws near side, connected to Hudson Holbein. He's in Taylor territory. No, he dropped it. He would have been a yard short, and it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for the Trojans from their own 45. In coverage again was Tavion Ellis.
It is 3rd and 10.
Taylor went 3 and out on their first drive of the game. That is the first incompletion for Hockett here this afternoon. As we see former Trojan Liam Hesting down in the seats down below us. So here's a 3rd down and 10 for Taylor from their own 45 as they go from left to right. Here in this first quarter, down 7-0 with 4:31 left to go in it. Bagley, a tight end, offset to the right side. 3 wide for Hockett. Drop straight back. He's going to run up the middle. He's got to get 10 yards. He's cut down from behind by Cameron Holman right after he got across midfield. It's a gain of 6 to the 49. And we'll see what Taylor wants to do here.
Brought down by 94, Cameron Holman.
And the offense is staying on the field. Extra tight end comes in here in Silas Martin. So the Trojans going for it on 4th down today. They need 4 yards to the USF 45. Ball is on the right hash mark. That's the short side of the field for Taylor. They trail 7-0 with less than 4 to play. Here in quarter number 1, play clock is down to 10 and now 9. Either team has used a timeout here in the opening quarter. The Trojans have to go quick with the clock down to 4 and 3. Hockett waving Sonics into motion with 2 and 1. They barely get the playoff, and then a timeout is called by 3rd-year head coach Aaron Mingo. So we'll see if they keep Hockett on the field or will Grabowskis come in to attempt a punt. And the special teams unit was about to jog on the field. The way the offense is looking, it's looking like they are going to be going to the bench here as the Trojans have to punt. A 6-play drive, or a 6-play drive fizzles out here after picking up 3 first downs, or 2 first downs on back-to-back plays. They moved 20 yards, the Trojans did, in 3 plays to go from their own 25 to their own 45. But then after that, it was a no yard gain, an incomplete pass, and then a Hockett scramble where he got cut down from behind by Cameron Holman, the defensive end for USF. And he got to the USF 49. He needed the 45. So Grabowskis in to punt for the 2nd time today. And the All-MSFA first-team defense man and special teams man, Scott Tumulty, the graduate student, is back to try to get his first punt return of the day. The first one bounced over his head. Grabowskis, pressure breaks down. He's able to bomb it away. Fair catch called for. Tumulty backs out of the way. A wonderful right-hand turn for the Trojans, and they're going to down it thanks to 5th-year senior Gage Holder at the USF 8. Excellent punt here by Grabowskis, and he pins USF deep with 3:32 left to go in the opening quarter. St. Francis still leading 7-0. So 2nd drive of the ball game for St. Francis, and they're going to try to build on the 7-0 lead. Sam Tumulty 5 for 5 on an opening drive for 54 yards, including the score to his younger brother Joey, who also had a rushing attempt on that first possession. "92 yards away from pay dirt are the Fighting Saints, the 14th ranked team in the land. Keenan Haley to the right of Tumulty. Here's Joey Tumulty in motion from slot left to slot right, and right when the play was going to get going and have some fun with a handoff to Haley, flags are thrown everywhere. St. Francis has 1 penalty against them today. And the second one has been thrown against, it looks like, Ashton Sorgi, their right tackle.
Game clock operator, please set the clock to 3:34. 3:34. Thank you.
So they'll reset the game clock to 3:34. And so bump USF back half the distance to the goal to the 4. So 1st and 14 after the second penalty of the day against the Fighting Saints. Sam Tumulty about a yard deep in the purple end zone. High snap, hands off to Haley over the left side. Haley spun around as he tries to get his way back to the original line of scrimmage. He's about a yard short. He got to the 7, and that's a gain of 3.
First to him was 94, Caleb Ranza.
Ranzon on the stop for TU. The Trojans would love a 3-and-out here and try to get some good field position after having to punt on their first 2 drives. Second possession for USF. They lead 7-0 in the first matchup with Taylor in almost a decade. Haley, the senior running back, to the right of Sam Tumulty. High snap, inside, big hole, hand off to Haley, but it closed quick. Big man Jeremiah Mansfield, Avon Jones in there. A stop after 3 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Saints. St. Francis today is 1 for 2 on 3rd downs. They went for it on 4th down on the last drive and picked it up. But that was about near midfield. This one a little bit more dangerous. They need to get 8 yards out to their own 18. USF going from right to left on a Sunsplash Saturday afternoon. They lead 7-0, second possession of the game. Taylor brings a blitz to the middle with both Hockett and Jones. High arcing pass, and it will be tipped around. Oh, it's caught by Dezion Jordan as he gets behind David Worlds. But that was tipped 2 or 3 times, and Jordan hauled it in with his gloved right hand, and that was it. A huge catch for Dezion Jordan and another humongous completion as Tumulty starts 6 of 6 through the air today for USF, and the chains move, and just like that, USF is into Taylor territory. A 53-yard pitch and catch to the Trojan 38-yard line. So 54 yards on the big completion. Back out of the gun is Tumulty. Knee-high snap, gives off to Haley. Spins as pirouettes. Oh, that was a bad decision because he's hit hard by Reed Messer coming around that left side. Ranzau was in there to make sure he didn't get any farther.
Stop by 21, Reed Messer. Loss of 5 on the play.
So make it 2nd and 15 as the ball moves back to the Taylor 40, or the Taylor 42, excuse me. That spin move, trying to find extra room, that allowed Messer to come in and smack him down hard. Haley to the left of Sam Tumulty. 3 wide receivers deployed along with the tight end to the left. 4-man front for the Trojans. That's what rushes. Play action pass Tumulty. On his tippy toes, high arcing pass. Wants Jordan again. And this time it's Reese Pinckney coming over the top to smack that pass away. Dezion Jordan, 6'4" and fleet-footed. The honorable mention All-MSFA Midwest pick a year ago. And that's the first incompletion today by the quarterback Tumulty. So 3rd and 15 for USF from the Trojan 42. As they try to extend their 7-0 lead as the clock is stopped with 49 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Second possession for the Fighting Saints. Licking his right hand, that's the throwing hand, is Tumulty. Arms outstretched, gets the call. Taylor rushes for Mansfield up the middle. Tumulty slips his way through as he rolls to his right, looking to throw, throws across his body. A diving interception was in and out of the chest of Ho Jun Yoon, but he breaks up the pass intended for Tumulty's younger brother, Joey, and St. Francis will be forced to punt.
Joey Tumulty, the intended receiver.
So we've seen Mayday kickoff twice, and here will be his first opportunity at a punt.
4th and 15.
That 54-yard catch by Dezion Jordan seemed to set up St. Francis, their offense, for greatness, but they fizzle out, and they're forced to punt here with 40 seconds left in quarter number 1. Reed Messer is deep back for the Trojans. He's the freshman safety out of Greensburg, Indiana. Safe protection. This thing is off the side of the foot out to the far sideline. It bounces from the territory, and it'll be downed on the catch by Keemon Reese of USF. No return, but the Trojans able to have the defense tighten up after the big pass play, and they force a punt. They'll get the ball back with 40 seconds. No clock. No, I guess no time ran off the clock. Thought I said it was 40 seconds on the stoppage. And the ball down at the Taylor 26. First and 10 for the home team. Hockett 2 for 3 through the air, but for -5 yards. His first completion was to Dylan Scally that was for -8. Third possession for Taylor. They're down 7-0. Again, 40 seconds left in quarter number 1. And then the play clock ran down. Damon Hockett turns, and now head coach Aaron Mingo has a question for head line judge Andrew McClure. And they'll reset the play clock to a full 40. The running back is Dylan Scally for the Trojans. Drew Bagley comes as a tight end, now offset to the right with Ja Thomas, a wide receiver stacked behind him. 2 wide to either side as well. Thomas in motion, option pitch near side. Outside the numbers, 25-30. Second rush of the afternoon for Thomas, and more positive gains for 2 in purple. Bumped out of bounds by Mabutis, but a gain of 8, and it'll be a second down and 2. Nice positive pickup again for Thomas. And Taylor hurries to the line with 30 seconds left to go as the ball rests at the 32. Make it a gain of just 6. So second down and 2 after the 8-yard Thomas carry. He's in motion again, left side. Inside gives Scally up the middle. He's hit around the waist. Still not going down as he fights for extra yardage. He'll be about a yard short. Matthew Perry was one of the last ones to get into him. TJ Neal, the first one to stop him for the Fighting Saints. And it'll be a 3rd down and 1 for Taylor in their own territory. When we come back from this commercial break, 1 quarter play in the books. Number 14, St. Francis of Illinois, leads Taylor 7-0. This is Taylor Football on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online Tire Finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well.
First play of the second quarter is going to be a 3rd down and 1 for Taylor from their own 33 as they now go from right to left. Here in the second quarter, trailing number 14, St. Francis, Illinois, 7-0. 3rd drive of the game for the Trojans. Their last one fizzled out after back-to-back plays got them 2 first downs. They're only 2 first downs of the day. Thomas in motion, option to the far side. Hockett keeps it himself, and he has been around and picked up and dropped. He was spun between Cameron Holman and Jalen Cooper, and he got nothing. It'll be a 4th down and a punt here for the Trojans as Hockett had Thomas on a pitch. Maybe didn't try to take it himself, but it was read nicely by USF. No gain, and Taylor's going to have to punt for the 3rd time today.
Number 3, Isaiah Grabowskis lining up to punt.
Grabowskis boomed his last one that pinned USF at their own 8. And that resulted in a punt for the St. Francis Fighting Saints. No rush from USF. Grabowskis has to go off the side of his foot. A bad punt that won't even get to midfield. And St. Francis is going to have their best starting position of the day as they try to build on their 7-0 lead. It's going to be 1st and 10 for USF from the Trojan 48. So 48 yards away from increasing the lead is USF here this afternoon.
It'll be 1st and 10 for St.
But a bad punt there for Taylor at the wrong time for it to come. Sam Tumulty, great today, 6 for 8. He started 6 for 6. He's got a touchdown and a 54-yard completion to Dezion Jordan. He's got a new running back into his left. That looks to be Gavin Day, the redshirt freshman out of Brighton, Illinois. First possession for Tumulty. Chest high snap. Play action as he drops back. Tight pocket. Throws an high arcer to the near side complete at the Taylor 40. That's his tight end Daniel Getch. He got in front of Jacob Hockett, who was defending. Avon Jones came in to make sure the play was finished off, but it's a gain of 9 to the Taylor 39. It'll be 2nd down and 1 on the 7th completion today for USF Sam Tumulty. And the first completion for Getch, the All-MSFA Midwest first-team pick a season ago, the graduate student out of West Chicago, Illinois. Wide to the far side of the field, that's Jason Hartsfield as the snap comes from the left hash mark. Left to right goes USF in quarter number 2. In white with brown pants. Inside handoff. Stutter step trying to find his way forward as the backup running back Gavin Day. He ran into a wall of purple and got nothing. It'll be 3rd down and 1 as it's a no gain on the rush. USF was 2 for 4 on 3rd downs in that opening quarter.
And with 1 yard to go, it's touchdown!
St. Francis has gone for it once today. They lead 7-0, just underway, 2 minutes into quarter number 2. 2 wide. Joey Tumulty to the far side of the field. The short side up top will be Dezion Jordan. Day to the right of Tumulty as he gets his most extended plays of the afternoon. High snap, Taylor rushes for now. Delayed blitz up the middle. Jones forces Tumulty off his spot. Far pass, and Ho Jun Yoon broke up the play. His back was to it as the ball was thrown towards the near sideline. Trying to connect with Joey Tumulty was big brother Sam. It's incomplete, but Tumulty and the offense is staying out on the field. Actually make that backup wide receiver Spencer Phillips. So here comes USF. They are 1 for 1 on 3rd downs today, or 4th downs tries today. They need just 1 yard. The ball is actually resting back at the 40, so it's pretty much a long 2. Inside handoff, Day, left side, and he gets walled up. The Taylor sideline has a pretty good look at it, and it's a 4th down stop. Reed Messer came forward. Ja Pryor was in there as well, and the Trojans get a turnover on downs, down 7. Big first drive for the defense here for TU in quarter number 2. And now can the Taylor offense find some footing here as they start 1st and 10 from their own 39, going from right to left. Here for their first full drive of quarter number 2, down 7-0. The Trojans have not gotten into USF territory today. Option to the near side. Hockett walled up, pitches out to Thomas. Outside the numbers 40, 45. Might have run through a face mask as he danced his way up near the 50. He'll be stopped a yard or 2 short. And that'll be a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down and 3. Nice run again here for Ja Thomas this afternoon.
Pushed out of bounds after an 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2.
So actually give him 8 up to the 47-yard line. 2nd down and 2 for the Trojans as Thomas has been electric running the ball today. Here's in motion again. Option to the far side. They wall it up beautifully. Hockett with a stiff arm, and he'll be sliding across the 50. Wonderful job by Scott Tumulty to wall off Thomas for no pitch. Keemon Reese was the one tracking Hockett, but Damon gets the 3-yard gain to the 49. And it'll be a 1st and 10 from midfield. That's the 3rd 1st down pickup for the Trojans here this afternoon. Trying to tie the game at 7 after the defense forced a turnover on downs. Inside give, Lamb. He was going quick, and then he got stopped quickly. Picks up 1. He got smacked around the shoulders by T.J. Neal. First time we've seen Lamb get going today. Actually make it a gain of 2 as they say the ball was at the 49-yard line. J.J. Payne out wide to the near side along with Dakota Sonicson. Ellis in motion from the wing back right. Lamb fake the handoff and pitch out to Ellis outside the numbers 50. Hit up hard before he got to the USF 45. Jalen Cooper, little 5-on-5 crime, hits him from a strong safety spot. Nice pickup. It'll be a 3rd down and medium here for the Trojans. Let's call it 3rd down and 4 as the ball rests at the 45-yard line of USF.
It is 3rd down and 4 on the St. Francis 45-yard line.
Trojans trying to pick up their first 3rd down conversion of the day. They are 0 for 3. First snap inside USF territory. Play action pass. Hockett, screen out far side. It's tipped, and was it intercepted on the near side? No. Waving it off is the umpire Andrew Hayden. A diving attempt by Nick Mabudis as the screenplay out to the near sideline was biffed as Hockett was falling back through off of his back heels, and after, again, some nice healthy middle plays of the drive, just like the second drive of the game, And the Trojans forced to punt with Carter Lovelace
4th and 4.
coming into punt for the first time today. Sophomore out of Yorktown, Indiana. Third-string tight end has now slipped into the punting duties. First time we'll see him punt today. And he rockets one. A beautiful bombing punt sending Tumulty. He was going to catch it in his own end zone. This was a bad decision as he barely gets across the 5. Avon Jones was the first one to get in there along with Stupples. But the all-league pick made a bad decision, taking it a yard deep inside his own end zone. The Trojans slow to get back up. That's one of the starting outside linebackers, Bryson Scott.
Their own 6-yard line.
But he's able to get off and jog off under his own power. Worst field position start of the day for USF as they start at their own 6. Going from left to right. Here for their second drive of quarter number 2. They still lead 7-0. Their defense has done the job today, but the offense, after scoring on that 10-play drive on their first crack at it, has been cold since. The starting running back, Haley, in there, immediately gets the handoff up the middle. Spinning away. Oh, nice move to put his hand on the ground and keep moving forward out to the 9-yard line. A gain of 3. That was started off as a play that was probably going to be maybe none, maybe 1 at the best. But Haley, the senior, worms his way forward out to the 9-yard line. 9:55 and counting here in the second quarter. St. Francis went turnover on downs, getting no yards on a 4th and 1 last drive. They're pinned back deep again here. Belt high snap to Tumulty. Looking to his left, throws across the middle, complete and hit immediately. The running back, Haley, got a welcome greeting from 5th-year senior Jacob Hockett.
Complete to 27, Keenan Haley. Brought down by 32.
8th completion of the day for Sam Tumulty.
Gain of 2 or 3 on the play. And it's now 3rd down.
And here's 3rd down for USF. They're 2 for 5 on 3rd downs today. 3 wide, 2 to the right for Tumulty, 1 to the left. That would be Jordan. Taylor shows blitz from his left. They bring it with Messer. Good protection. Tumulty out far side, complete to his younger brother. Joey dancing back to the middle. Still on his feet. First down and more. 25 out to the far sideline. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 in Taylor territory. Finally stopped by Dawson Scally and defensive end Parker Whitby. As Scally's slow to get back up, but that play goes all the way to the Taylor 36-yard line after one that started back at the 13. A gain of 52 yards. That's the second 50-plus yard pickup today by USF.
Gain of 56 on the play.
They get 56 to the Taylor 36. So a huge catch and run for Joey Tumulty, who already has a touchdown reception today. 8 minutes left to go, second quarter. St. Francis leading 7-0. Handoff to Scott Tumulty. Now all 3 Tumultys have touched the ball today offensively. He stops and starts, and he puts his shoulder through Hockett. He continues. Oh, the ball popped free! Taylor saying they have it. We'll see what the officials say. Scott Tumulty, he fumbled it! The Trojans ripped it away, and Reed Messer comes out of the pile with it. Scott Tumulty tried to get an extra couple of yards, and then the Trojans started picking at it. It might have been Jacob Hockett that pulled it free. Messer fell on it, and the USF drive stops right in its tracks as the Trojans get the first turnover of the day.
Number 32, Jacob Hockett, credited with the fumble recovery.
7:59 left to go here in this second quarter, and the Trojans get the first turnover of the day, and it couldn't have come at a better time. They trail 7-0. Drive starts at their own 23. Taylor getting the sign. Might be changing the play as Holbein is a tight wide receiver on the far side of the formation. A wingback offset near sides. Thomas, who now comes in motion between Hockett and the line of scrimmage. The snap is tipped back into the hands of Kyle Taranchik, who was second in the country last year in total touchdowns scored out of Oak Hill High School. The Trojans avoid giving it right back on a missed snap. Taylor started the first month of the season with great depth of the running back position, but Jacob Cleaver and Braxton Ream, who had nice plays last week, particularly Ream at Dayton, are both out today. It's less than 7.5 to go before halftime. Taylor still trailing 7-0. Another bad snap. Hockett, he's going to kick it back. It's inside the Taylor 5. Only St. Francis players there. Trying to flip it back in. It's received and hauled in by USF. Trying to get to the end zone was Logan Johnson. Our referees confer, and it is a touchdown off the second bad snap from Michael Medlock back to Damon Hockett.
41, Logan Johnson for a St. Francis touchdown.
So after the fumble recovery by the Trojans give it right back, and it's a fumble recovery by Logan Johnson. So the two teams trade turnovers, and the problem for TU is that it puts more points on the board for the visitors as Mayday comes on to add the extra point. 7:15 left to go here as Logan Johnson gets the fumble recovery. Mayday's right-footed kick is up through the uprights to our right and through. And with 7:15 to go here in the second, it's now 14-0 in favor of USF. Here on the Trojan Sports Network, kickoff coming up next.
Sonicson and 28, Devin Stupples back for your Trojans.
Sonicson and Stupples back deep to return the kick for the Trojans after the bad snap from Michael Medlock, the center, back to starting quarterback Damon Hockett. It was two back-to-back bad snaps. Taranchik was able to haul in the first one. The second one got kicked back deeper by Hockett, and now Taylor down 14-0. Sonicson on the kickoff return angles his way up to the 25 on the far side of the field, got across to the 26. And the Trojans could really use a drive that results in points here. Remember, USF won the coin toss and they deferred. So a 7 minutes and 11 seconds separating us from recess. It is the Trojans in desperate need of points here as they try to snap a 3-game losing streak. Number 14, St. Francis, meanwhile, trying to move to 4-0. Hockett with a new running back behind him in the pistol. 3 wide receivers, chest-high snap, quick throw to the near sideline, caught by Jack D'Arcy. He's across the 30 before he ran into Scott Tumulty and a couple of other Fighting Saints. The ball came free, but forward progress was stopped after the 6-yard pickup to the Taylor 32.
Hockett's pass complete to number 8, Jack D'Arcy.
Third completion of the day for Hockett. That'll take him into positive figures. He was plagued. His first completion of the afternoon went for -8 yards, and he's been trying to get to positive numbers since. Second down and 4 from the Taylor 32 as they trail 14-0. Ellis trying to get the running back pass. He can't do it as USF flanks him out to the near side. Taylor trying to connect with Sonicson, much like the same play that they had for a touchdown for 70 yards against Butler a couple of weeks ago. A pickup of 2 to the 34-yard line of Taylor. It's going to be a 3rd down and 2 as the Trojans are 0 for 4 on 3rd downs today.
Gain of 2. It is 3rd and 2.
So the Trojans went 2 and a fumble last drive. They would hate to have their 3rd 3-and-out of the afternoon. Two wide receivers in a double tight end set for Taylor. Chest-high snap, Hockett, handoff to one of the new running backs in. That's Taranchik, and the freshman runs into a wall of white. Waving him back was Nick Mabudis as the rest of his teammates, including Alan Richards, stopped Taranchik in his tracks. A loss back to the 32, and it's going to be 4th down and 4, and here comes the punting unit with Carter Lovelace back on again.
Loss of 1. It is 4th and 3.
So the Trojans have to
87, Carter Lovelace in the
punt away for the 4th time today, or 5th time today, second one here from Carter Lovelace. Good protection as Lovelace bombs one away back towards Scott Tumulty. He retreats. Outstretched catch. He goes all the way back inside his 10, now reversing to his right, trying to come to the near side of the field. Trying to turn it up. Evan McMillan forces him out of bounds just shy of the 20. Good job by Gage Holder to get back there first and force Scott Tumulty into retreat. 5:03 as the clock reads here in quarter number 2. 14-0. The lead for number 14 USF as the Trojan offense, after getting a turnover from the defense, gave it right back and then fumble recovery for a touchdown in the end zone. The USF offense has only scored once today. That was on their first drive of the game that went 10 yards and finished with a Tumulty to Tumulty touchdown connection. Sam to Joey. Scott, the oldest one, the graduate student. Sam is the junior, and Joey is the wee lad who's a young freshman. Haley, the running back, next to Sam Tumulty. Chest high snap, fakes the handoff and drops back. Great protection. He'll throw a high arcing pass over the right side, too far for Dezion Jordan. Just the 4th incompletion of the day for Tumulty, who's already got 172 yards through the air here in the first half.
Dezion Jordan, the intended receiver. It is second
Ball
and
rests
10.
at the 18-yard line of USF as they go from left to right here in the second quarter, leading Taylor 14-0. You can hear the Taylor sideline down below us as our broadcast position across from where our camera is today in the visiting stands. So you can hear the Taylor sideline down below us trying to encourage their defense here. 3 wide for Sam Tumulty as he moves Haley from his right to his left. High snap, fakes the handoff again. Tumulty wanted to throw a dart across the middle, chased off his target, throws a high arcer near side, pushed and trying to go to get the incompletion, or the pick off. The interception was Dawson Scally as he was step for step coming to the far sideline with Joey Tumulty.
Sam Tumulty's pass falls incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions for Sam Tumulty. That might be the first time he's thrown back-to-back incompletions today.
And with 10 yards to go, it's
Still 3rd down and 10 for USF as Carter Wortman exits. The Trojans only have a couple of defensive linemen up there. Justin Schroeder, Alex Schrock, his older brother Cole played baseball here a few years ago, and Braxton Green on the near side. Taylor shows the blitz with all 3 linebackers. 4 wide for USF, and here comes the all-out blitz. Tumulty hit as he's thrown, trying to come back to get it was Jordan, and the flag is thrown as Reese Pinckney had his back to the
Sam Tumulty's pass falls incomplete.
referee that threw the flag on the near side of the field.
Pass interference.
Pass interference as Pinckney never turned around to try to get
Automatic first down.
Try to turn around to find the ball, excuse me. And that'll move the ball up to the 33-yard line, a penalty of 15 yards. As that is just the second penalty against Taylor today, but they have all been pretty big, as both have been defensive pass interference. Tumulty with a new running back into his left. Play action. Wants Joey Tumulty caught on a screen near side, trying to get around the block. He could not. Hartsfield was there, but the man tracking him was Joe Toman, Dawson Scally, and Jonathan Harris all in on the stop for Taylor. Nice pickup, though, out to the USF 37-yard line.
Gain of 4. It is 4th down and 6. Correction, 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down and 6 here for USF after the 4-yard pickup as Sam Tumulty 10 for 15 through the air here in the first half. He's been fantastic. Handoff to the right side. Gavin Day trying to get there. Avon Jones gets him around the shoulders and rips him down, but 2 flags come in 20 yards behind the play.
Brought down by 44.
Both thrown in near where the tackle was made by Jones, trying to stop Day. And we'll wait to hear what the penalty is from referee Matthew Craig.
Personal foul. Defense. Face mask. Number 44.
So Jones tagged on the face mask. The USF sideline saw it pretty instantaneously. So back-to-back 15-yard penalties here for the Trojans. That'll be a fresh set of downs here for USF as they pick up their 7th first down of the day and move into Taylor territory at the 48. That is 2 15-yard penalties against the Trojans on this drive, and not what the Trojans wanted to see, down 14-0 with less than 4 to go in quarter 2 to the 14th ranked team in the land. Haley back in there. Faking the handoff was Tumulty. The quarterback throws a dart, actually make it a wobbler. Jonathan Harrison coverage against the other 19 on the field. Jason Hartsfield, the intended man, as Tumulty missed that one high.
Number 19, Jason Hartsfield, the intended receiver. 2nd and 10.
8 first downs for USF today. They have outgained Taylor by almost 200 or almost 180 yards today. 193 yards total. The Trojans have mustered just 29 here in the first half today. But if it wasn't for that fumble that got kicked into the end zone, the Trojans would probably just be still down 7-0. Tumulty Barks gets handoff up the middle, and going nowhere fast was the third-string running back James Williams.
24, James Williams on the carry.
And here's the 3rd down for USF in Taylor territory. No gain at the 48.
First to him was 35, Ho Jun Yoon.
Ho Jun Yoon, one of the captains for TU, but Ja Pryor was down to a knee, now gets back up. Levi Brown comes in to replace Yoon in the defensive backfield. As the Trojans going with a nickel look with 5 in the secondary on a 3rd and 10, here for USF. They need the Taylor 38-yard line going from left to right. As linebacker Avon Jones pointing at his head, reminding his teammates to be smart, but before all that happens, USF calls their first timeout of the first half. We'll come back, 2:56 to go in quarter number 2. 3rd and 10 for USF from the Trojan 48-yard line, leading Taylor 14-0 here on the Trojan Sports Network. Third down and 10 for St. Francis, the 14th ranked team in the country, leading Taylor 14-0. Again, the St. Francis offense has only scored 1 touchdown today. It was the fumble recovery in the end zone a couple drives ago by Taylor that has put them down 14-0. Third down and 10 from the Taylor 48-yard line. Taylor looks to be rushing forward, a nickel look. Tumulty short snap, drops back to throw, pressure breaks down, Mansfield trying to haul him down. Throw from the right side on the run, caught short of the line to gain by Gavin Day, the running back coming out of the backfield. Out to the 41-yard line, a gain of 7. It'll be 4th and 3, and the St. Francis offense is staying on the field.
Gain of 7. It is 4th down.
St. Francis 1 for 2 today. Last time they went for it on 4th down, it was a 4th and 1. They got no yards, and Taylor got the ball back. What does the Taylor defense have up their sleeve here? Game clock at 2:19 and winding. Wind blowing hard from the near side sideline. That's the USF sideline all the way to the far. So maybe not the best punting units or conditions. You can hear the wind blowing, and St. Francis calls a timeout. 2:08 left to go here in the second quarter. St. Francis has got a 4th down and 3 from the Taylor 41, leading the Trojans 14-0. We're back with more next here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Follow us on
4th down, 3 yards to go for the St. Francis offense. Ball's at the 41-yard line of Taylor on the right hash mark. 3 wide receivers for Sam Tumulty, who has thrown for 179 yards here in the first half. Arms outstretched, gets the snap high. Fakes handoff, wants to carry it himself, dances his way. Oh, he just jitterbugs his way right up the middle before getting hit by Braxton Green and Jacob Hockett, but not before he got 1 more yard than he needed. Second 4th down pickup for USF today, and we talked about it with Taylor head coach Aaron Mingo. Sam Tumulty, not just a regular quarterback. He is great with his legs as well, has not rushed a lot today. That's the first one he's rushed on today, and it comes up with a new set of downs to the Taylor 36. .95 seconds left to go in the second quarter. St. Francis trying to get points. They will get the ball to start the second half. They lead 14-0. Faking the handoff is Tumulty again. On his spot, throws right across middle, got hit in the mouth. Completes to his younger brother, Joey Tumulty. And that'll be good enough for another first down. This one knocking on the door of the red zone as Tumulty to Tumulty gets it 15 yards to the 21. Make it 14 to 22. Fourth first down picked up on the drive. It's the 10th one of the ball game for USF as they have it with 1:15 to go before half. Tumulty over the head of Joey Tumulty, and the clock stops with 1:11 left to go in the second.
Number 80, Joey Tumulty, the intended receiver.
14-0 is the lead for USF. The offense looks for their second touchdown of the afternoon. Daniel Getch, the tight end, set to the right of the formation. Again, 3 wide here for Sam Tumulty. 2 to his left, that's the far side of the field as the snap comes from the right hash mark. USF goes from left to right here with 1:11 to play before half. Tumulty drops back, pressure breaks down, and he dropped the ball as John Pryor came to swallow him up like an amoeba. Big loss on the play back near the 35-yard line. Tumulty dropped it, picked it back up, but I would drop it too if John Pryor was coming at 6'4", 340 trying to take me down.
Big loss on the play, brings up
Third and a bunch as the ball rests at the 33-yard line of Taylor, A loss of 11. USF needs to get it to the Taylor 12-yard line, and time is stopped as the play clock hit 0. And St. Francis takes their third and final timeout here in the first half with 23 seconds remaining in the first half of play. Third down and a bunch for USF as they've got the ball at the 33-yard line. It's a third down and 20. When we come back, USF leading Taylor 14-0 here on the Trojan Sports Network. So it looks like it's actually going to be a third down and 21 as USF needs the 12-yard line of the Trojans. 23 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. It's been all USF today as they lead Taylor 14-0. A touchdown from the offense on their first possession of the game and a fumble recovery in the end zone for the USF defense. Keenan Haley stays to the right of the quarterback, Sam Tumulty, with 4 wide receivers. Right hash mark snap, Taylor rushes 4. High arcing pass, far sideline, coming back to get it was Jordan. Tried to fight through Reese Pinckney, and the ball is incomplete. And now USF has a decision into this big headwind coming from the right corner with 18 seconds left.
Jordan, the intended receiver. Pass broken up by 4, Reese Pinckney.
And out to attempt the extra point is Brian Mayday. Jalen Cooper is the holder. Thanks to Adrian Guerrero for helping us figure out who Cooper was holding today. This will be a 50-yard field goal from the right hash. Trying to make it 17-0 USF. Mayday's kick is on the way. It is hooking, and it is short. short by a couple of yards as Mayday had to ride that wind coming in from his right. Missed field goal from 50 yards out gives Taylor the ball back with 12 seconds left, down 14-0. USF will get the ball to start the second half, excuse me. Taylor with 2 of their timeouts left, but 12 seconds and back at their own 33. Make sure to stay tuned at halftime. We'll have the halftime performance from the Taylor Palms team coming up. Belt high snap, Hockett. Screen pass near side, tipped on the way there to Sonicson. Tries to shimmy his way across the 35, does, out to the 37. First one to get to him was Keemon Reese. And with 5 seconds and 4, that looks to be the final play of the first half. A gain of 5 on the completion to Sonicson. The Trojans have had back-to-back weeks of 70-plus yard touchdown plays. They're still looking for their first score after the first half has come to a conclusion. After 30 minutes, it's number 14, St. Francis 14, Taylor 0 here on the Trojan Sports Network. Make sure to stay tuned. We'll have the halftime Palms performance coming up next. And remember, due to music copyright laws, we were unable to play the music during their performance. We will still carry it for you live here on the Trojan Sports Network coming up next.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, Rob Sisson, and Adam Sieglin, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
If you get sick, you can trust that we will take care of you. As a Magnet-designated healthcare system, our expert team will create a personalized plan to get you back on your feet. Marion Health. Great care from great people.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Life to the full for me looks like approaching every conversation as if it is for the kingdom and to the glory of God.
Life to the full to me means being present where your 2 feet are at.
When I think of life to the full, I think of joy, especially the Taylor body, the Taylor community, what Taylor has to offer.
The way we're equipping students to live life to the full is that we're helping them have a global humility.
There are so many things at Taylor that are preparing me to live life to the full. I love doing research and engaging in projects within my major, computer science, so I could go from programming one minute to doing a Bollywood dance and performing as part of Mosaic Night the next.
We have a lot of opportunity here to help students and to equip them to live life full now and well beyond their years at Taylor, and part of that is the intentionality we have with developing relationships with one another.
I'm experiencing life to the full at Taylor through the different opportunities that Taylor allows us to learn about different cultures, people, and places.
I love that we get to do chapel together 3 times a week. Nobody takes attendance, nobody tells me I have to be there, but I get to be there.
I think I see that in sports, on the football field, in the throwing ring, in classes, and also in student leadership positions.
I experience life to the full at chapel because I get to play in a chapel band, and I get to sit up there and play piano and glorify God with one of my gifts.
The community gives me a sense of life to the full in that I get to see students go through their 4 years here, develop as intellectuals and scholars, be prepared for their vocations, and go out into the world and influence the world for Christ.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online Tire Finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, Rob Sisson, and Adam Sieglin, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
When you need the fuel to be your nephew's #1 fan, Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Welcome back here to Turner Stadium on the campus of Taylor University as we get ready for the third quarter of action here between Taylor and number 14, St. Francis. The Fighting Saints out of Illinois leading the Trojans 14-0 here at the break. Our halftime stats are brought to you by the folks at BSN Sports. Taylor was really limited offensively in that second quarter. They mustered just 3 total yards. The Trojans are trying to go against the best defense in the NAIA this year, who are giving up just over 6 points per game in their first 3 contests of the year. Taylor's mustered just 34 total yards, 28 on the ground, and they're 0 for 5 on third down tries today. On the other side for the Fighting Saints offense, 10 first downs, 208 yards of total offense. They've mustered just 15 rushing yards, but they have been much better through the air, 193 through the air by Sam Tumulty. He was 12 of 20 in the first half with a touchdown to his touchdown to his younger brother Joey Tumulty, who had 100 of the 193 from Big Bro in the first half. Dezion Jordan had 1 catch for 54. Scott Tumulty has the longest rush of the day, 13 yards for USF, but he fumbled on that play. Damon Hockett 4 of 6 through the air for 6 yards. John Thomas 5 carries for 33 yards. He's been the best offensive player for the Trojans today. Leading tackler for USF was Nick Mabutis. Leading tackle for the Trojans was Jacob Hockett. We're ready to go. USF set to get the third quarter kick. Again, they lead the Trojans 14-0. Trying to snap a 3-game losing streak to the Trojans. Their first matchup between the two teams in about a decade. Kicking it off is Isaac Hoke for Taylor. Coming to the near side is Scott Tumulty. He takes it on the far sideline, now coming back to the near, veering to his right. 15-20 on the near side hash marks. He runs into a wall of purple as Gage Holder, the fifth-year senior, comes in and stops the other fifth-year senior, Tumulty. That's Scott, right in his tracks. Dakota Sonicson also in on coverage there as well. Each team with a turnover in the second quarter. The problem for the Trojans is it fumble was recovered into the end zone, directly led to the second score of the day. So here comes 1st and 10 for Sam Tumulty, the 2-time defending MSFA Midwest Offensive Player of the Year. He's got it 1st and 10. Showed his legs off a little bit in that end of that first half. He's got a running back on either side of him from the near side, and that was a busted play from the start. Everybody on the offense went, except the ball wasn't snapped by Peyton Norton, and we'll hear the penalty here. False start on the right guard, Logan Miller. Penalty number 3 on USF. That's 14 yards of penalty yardage. The Trojans have had 3, including 2, for 15 yards, a pass interference and a face mask.
15 on the 19-yard line.
So moving back 15 yards to the 19. 1st and 15 here for USF as they go from left to right here to start the first drive of the third quarter. High snap, end around or handoff to Haley. He's walled in trying to come back. He's going to go nowhere fast. Hello, Haley. Meet Braxton Green. Haley a loss. Nice pursuit by Green to wall up that right side of the line. Back to the 15-yard line. That's a loss of 4. It's going to be second down and 19.
Loss of 5. It is 2nd and long.
Actually make it 1 more yard. So a loss of 5 back to the 14. Make it 2nd and 20. Haley to the left of Tumulty in the gun. 2 wide to either side for the Fighting Saints quarterback. Knee-high snap, drops back to throw. Pressure comes from behind, and he just gets it out in time, in and out of the hands of his intended target, younger brother Joey. Caleb Ranzaw was the one coming from behind Tumulty and almost got him for the first sack of the afternoon.
And with still long to go, it's
3rd down and 20 here for USF. They are 4 of 9 on 3rd down today. First drive of quarter number 3, they lead the Trojans 14-zipped as the 14th ranked team in the country. A 3-0 start for USF. Taylor trying to snap a 3-game losing skid. Delayed blitz as Taylor actually is just going to rush for Tumulty. High arcing pass near side, and pulling up on a miscommunication was Dezion Jordan. He stopped about 15 yards from where that ball ultimately landed, and a quick 3-and-out as USF takes 49 seconds off of the third quarter clock with 14:03 left to go.
Brian Mayday in the punt for St. Francis. Number 0, Dakota Sonicson.
Mayday on to punt. Only had one punt in the first half, and it went for 18 yards. Dakota Sonicson back deep as Mayday about a step or two in the purple end zone, spelling out Trojans in white lettering. And he rides it out of there with a high, spiraling, right-footed kick. Fair catch caught and made right on the purple Trojan head at midfield by Dakota Sonicson. And Taylor will actually start in USF territory at the 49. So the defense does its job on the first possession of quarter number 3. And now here comes the Taylor offense with Damon Hockett at the controls with 13:57 remaining in the third. Best starting position of the day easily for TU. And can their offense capitalize here? They have not gotten to the red zone today. And again, as we mentioned, the 49-yard line of USF, their best starting position by the day by a mile. In the gun is Hockett. Chest high snap, fakes the handoff to Scally. Pitching out near side of Thomas. Taylor's best offensive player of the first half. Dances his way across, maybe got a yard to the 48 as a couple USF players go spilling in to the Taylor bench on the far side of the field. And they will give him a gain of 1 to the 48.
Gain of 1. It is 2nd and 9.
Logan Johnson, who recovered that fumble in the end zone for USF, is the one that forced Thomas out of bounds. Jack D'Arcy and Drew Bagley are the two bunched tightly to the left side of the Taylor formation as they go from right to left here in their first drive of the third quarter. Sonicson and Thomas on the right side. Pistol look, USF rushes 4. Faking the handoff is Hockett, pitching wide open near side Thomas. Nice little stutter step as a man went flying by. That was Kwaku Apia. Nick Mabutis was the one that got up Thomas around the waist and spun him out before he could get to the 40. We'll see where he put him out to a gain of. Be 3rd and 5 from the 34 of USF. Ball rests at the 44. It's a 3rd and 5. They need to get to the USF 39. Pitch option, left side. Thomas leads Ellis wide open spaces. First down and more as Ellis got tripped up from behind by Cooper. But a big gain for the senior Stephen Ellis. And the Trojans get it to the 30-yard line, a gain of 14 on 3rd and 5.
Big gain on the play. Fans, that's good enough for another Taylor.
First big run for Ellis today, his 4th carry. The Trojans have it at the 30 with Scally standing behind Hockett. Bagley moves from left to right. 3 wide for Hockett. Near hash mark snap. Hockett fakes the handoff, rolling near side, throws on the run. Ellis caught it right when he got hit before the ball got there. Ellis made the reception, but the man that hit him for USF, Tavion Wells, is now worse for wear. Sports medicine staff comes out to take a look at the senior strong safety. We'll be back with more after this. Good to see Campos get back to his feet and walk off under his own power. Athletic trainer Art Campos Art Campos came out to take a look at Tavion Wells, the injured Fighting Saint. He is good to go as he gets up and walks around a little bit on the near sideline. 2nd down and 7 for Taylor after the 3-yard pickup. The deepest Taylor has gotten into USF territory is right here. It's their first drive of the third quarter. They trail the number 14 team 14-0. Thomas in the backfield. Handover left side. Boogies his way through, still on his feet. Out to the numbers 20, 15, 10, 5. And Thomas bumped out of bounds right at the 5. Thomas got put as a running back this week, and it has paid off in spades for the Trojans here today. A pickup of 22, and the Trojans have goal to go from the 5.
Gain of 22 on the play. Fans, that's good for another Taylor.
Taylor trying to get their first points of the afternoon as Thomas has been absolutely electric today. 8 carries or 8 carries now for 60 yards. The Trojans trying to punch it into the end zone to our left and cut their 14-0 deficit in half. Ellis in motion, option. Hockey keeps it himself around the left side. He'll get a yard maybe. So he got hit hard at the shoulders. First one to get to him was Logan Johnson. And it'll be second down and goal from the 4.
Brought down by 28, TJ Neal.
TJ Neal in there as well.
Second and goal.
Holbein exits along with J.J. Payne as the Trojans bring in Dakota Sonicson. And another tight end, Silas Martin, as the Trojans going with a heavy look here. As Martin and Bagley switch sides. Silas to the left of the line, Bagley on the right. Ellis is in the backfield to the left of Hockin in the pistol. Scally the deep man. Ellis in motion. Inside fake handoff pitch near side. Ellis got the Trojans here. He dances his way, trying to find the end zone. Is he in? He is going to be a yard short from line judge Trent Long. A gain of 3, and it's third and goal from the 1. And the Trojans bringing in a backup lineman and Isaac Rand, trying to get a little more beef on third and goal from the 1.
It is third and goal on the 1-yard line.
Down 14, first drive of the third quarter with 9:50 left. As Rands is in as an extra lineman. Huge set for the Trojans. Scally inside, trying to find the end zone, and he is a yard short. No gain, and it's going to be fourth and goal from the 1. And the Trojan offense not even thinking about leaving the field. Their best drive of the game they need to get these final 3 feet.
It is fourth and goal.
Trying to punch it into the end zone to our left of the Trojans. The extra lineman, Rands, and the 2 tight ends set to the left. Here comes Sonicson in motion from the wide side of the field. Scally up the middle. He is walled up, spun down, and both sidelines celebrating. But Scally is going to be a yard short again as the Trojans go for it on fourth down. Their first time on fourth down today is not successful as Scally gets stopped with 2 no-gain runs up the middle after the Trojans got it down to the 1.
Turnover on downs.
Well, the defense put the Trojans in great position here. They're getting a 3 and out and just 49 seconds off the clock. But with 9:08 remaining here in the third, the Trojans need to get another big performance here from the defense with USF pinned deep. Gavin Day is the new running back into the right of Tumulty, who are both about 5 yards deep in the end zone to our left. Joey Tumulty in motion. Sam throws from 5 yards deep, lobbing it up and poked away wonderfully. Reese Pinckney, another rainbow pass attempted for Dezion Jordan, and Pinckney went up and punched it out of the sky.
The intended receiver. Pass broken up by 4. Reese Pinckney. Second and 10.
The Trojans picked up 2 first downs on that drive. But again, we're stopped a yard short twice from the 1 on goal-to-go situations, and now the defense back out here again trying to stop this St. Francis offense. The 14th ranked team in the country that won 7 games a year ago. Came up a game short of the MSFA Midwest title. Tumulty in pressure, back of the end zone, rolling to his right, near side, trying to throw on the run. Does a wobbly pass that misses his man. That was the tight end Getch. Covering him was Reed Messer, but there was a whole bunch of big fellas trying to track Tumulty down in the purple end zone.
Intended receiver. And with 10 yards to go, it's
Still the ball resting at the 1-yard line. 3rd down and 10. USF 4 for 10 on 3rd downs today. Again, they went 3 and out on the first drive of the game. Or first drive of this third quarter, I should say. The backup running back Day remains in to the right of the quarterback Sam Tumulty, who's been great today, throwing for 193 yards, but is still in search of his first completion here of the second half. 3rd and 10 from the 1. Tumulty drops back, gets his own, and pressure with jump throw before he got sacked for a safety. He did have a man in the area in Hartsfield, so it won't be a safety. But the Trojan defense gets their second 3 and out, and USF has got a punt And Mayday is going to be pinned way deep in his own end zone.
Number 17, Brian Mayday into punt for St. Francis. Number 0.
Third punt of the day for Mayday. His first one set up Taylor at the USF 49. His heels are on the back of the end zone to our left. USF with the white helmets, the white jerseys, the brown numbers, and the brown pants. Taylor in the purple jerseys and helmets with gray pants. Dropping the ball is Mayday. He picks up running in the end zone. He throws. It will be complete, but Ho Jun Yoon wraps up Getch at the 5, and the Trojans get great field position. A flag is thrown from the near sideline, however. Desperation time for Mayday, and he got Getch, the all-league tight end, but Ho Jun Yoon was there to stop him to make sure he went no farther than the 5.
Flag on the field.
On the offense, were illegally downfield. The penalties declined until the plays came.
So the two men were ineligible down the field for USF. The Trojans obviously declined it, and now, after unable to come up with points from the 1, they start at the 5 of USF with 8:41 remaining in the third, still trailing. Still trailing 14-0. And if you thought Taylor needed points on the most recent drive, they really need it here, starting from the 5. Empty set for Hockett. Sends Sonicson wide to his right. That's the short side of the field. And 3 men to the near side. Again, no running back in there with Hockett. Bluffs, he's going to try to run it himself up the middle. He gets his way towards the goal line. Feet going. Stopped at the 2. A pickup of 3 for the younger of the Hockett brothers.
Number 13, Damon Hockett on the carry.
Tried to drop back, get the fake.
Number 10, Keemon.
See if USF would fall back into pass coverage. They pretty much, for the most part, stayed home. 8:18 and counting here in the third.
2-yard line.
Second possession of the third quarter for Taylor. They still trail 14-0. That was their halftime deficit. They got to the 1. And a bad snap on a punt after the Trojans turned it over on downs have put them in this situation here, trying to strike for the first time today. Thomas is back in the backfield behind Hockett in the pistol. Ellis in motion from slot left to slot right. Handoff Thomas right side, angling up around the end, and he's near the end zone. Did he get across? He did! Ja Thomas in from a couple yards out. He's been Taylor's best offensive player today, and the Trojans on the board, trailing 14-6 with the extra point to come. Isaac Hoke on to add the extra point. Hoke, the sophomore out of Hamilton, Ohio. Kicking has been an issue for the Trojans this year as Hoke and Schultz have gone back and forth with the kicking duties. The snap from Joe Halderman. Hoke's kick is up, and it is through. With 7:51 left to go here in the third, the Trojans need just 2 plays. From the 5-yard line, 2-yard scamper, Ja Thomas, and the Trojans trail 14-7. Trying to knock off number 14, St. Francis, here on the Trojan Sports Network. But there is a flag on the play. Offsides on USF. Will the Trojans take the points, or will they send the offense back out there to try for 2?
Offside. Defense. Penalties declined. Result of play.
Taylor will take the good PAT. They trail 14-7, and now we'll step aside shortly as the kickoff is upcoming. Two-play drive that started at the 5 for Taylor. They cash in on a 2-yard scamper by Ja Thomas. Isaac Hoke has it teed up with Scott Tumulty and Keemon Reese, the deep man. The Trojans go to the far side, right to Tumulty. Takes it to 19, almost stepped out of bounds. Up the far sideline, and he gets a couple of yards as Thad Toman forced him out. And can the Trojan defense continue their strong play here? It's been 2 3-and-outs for the Trojans. And we'll see if they can make it 3 for 3 here with Taylor on the board now, trailing 14-7 with 7:48 left to play here in our third quarter.
The John Thomas touchdown culminated a 2-play, 5-yard drive eclipsing 50 seconds.
USF drive starts at their own 33. They're in white jerseys, brown pants, the white helmets. Day and Haley bracket the quarterback Sam Tumulty in the gun. Barks for it, gets it, fakes the handoff, keeps himself rolling around the left side. He squirts his way through. Avon Jones spins him down after he got across the 35 to the 36. A gain of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. Nice carry from Tumulty.
Gain of 8. 2nd and 2.
So make the starting line of scrimmage, the 28-yard line, not the 33, I apologize. But still, it's Haley and Day on either side of Tumulty, who's starting to show his legs more and more here since the middle of the second quarter on. Left hash mark snap. One wide receiver, that's Joey Tumulty from the short side. Big brother Sam throws across middle, complete, bobbled, and hauled in by the tight end Getch, and he's quickly into Taylor territory. He beat Dawson Scally coming up the middle, and he gets taken down at the 33-yard line of the Trojans, and another big completion. First one of the afternoon here for the third quarter for Sam Tumulty.
28-yard gain on the play.
28-yard hook up there as Getch, the All-MSFA tight end, gets it down to the Taylor 33. So the Trojan defense gashed here after getting 2 3-and-outs on the first 2 drives of the third for this USF offense. Tumulty fakes the handoff, coming back to the left side. He works his way through. Avon Jones rides him down after a nice pickup of 5 or 6.
Brought down by 44, Avon Jones.
Make it a 5-yard pickup to the 28 of Taylor.
Gain of 5 on the play.
USF from left to right here in this third quarter, looking for their first second-half points and their second offensive score as well. 6 minutes remaining in the third, 14-7 the USF lead after the Ja Thomas 2-yard touchdown run for the home team. Joey Tumulty, the only man out wide to the left. That's the short side of the field as it comes from the left hash mark for USF. Dezion Jordan, the only man on the right side. Haley in the backfield with Sam Tumulty. Barks out signals, fakes the handoff, and drops back to throw. Taylor rushes for Tumulty, throws off balance, in and out of the hands of Haley as it was jarred loose by Ho Jun Yoon.
Sam Tumulty's pass falls incomplete. Number 35.
Well, the captain's Ho Jun Yoon comes up, and now it's 3rd down and 5 for USF.
With 5 yards to go, it's
Fighting Saints 0 for 2 on 3rd downs here in quarter number 3. Levi Brown in for the Trojans as they go to the nickel look here with Ho Jun Yoon exiting. 4-man front for Taylor. 2 wide to the right side. Tumulty fakes the handoff, coming near side. He's taken down from behind by Mansfield. He's going to be close to the line to gain. He gets it by a yard or by a hair right on the nose. Line judge Trent Long emphatically signaling to move the chains, and now they do move the chains. The chains still have not moved, and now they are moving. Okay. He got the first down, but the chains just did not budge.
28-yard line. Correction, 23-yard line.
So pick up a 5 on 3rd and 5 as Sam Tumulty uses his legs. You heard Taylor head coach Aaron Mingo said 2 and white will do that. And he's done it a lot here in the third. Hand off to Day. Slithers his way through. Ran out of the tackles of Hockett, Ho Jun Yoon, and Jones. Gets down to the 16-yard line. A nice pickup on 1st and 10. A pickup of 6. So make it a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3 with 4.5 minutes remaining here in the third. USF trying to answer the Taylor touchdown and go back up ahead by 14. A back on either side of Tumulty. Fakes the handoff, does the quarterback, runs right into Hockett, who smacked him right in the mouth. A pick above a couple to the 15, but a huge hit as Jacob Hockett aggressively introduced himself to the quarterback, Sam Tumulty. who gets a little bit slow out of the pile, but back on his feet as here comes his big brother Scott.
With 2 yards to go,
3rd down and 2 for USF. They've picked up their first 3rd down of the half on this drive. Back to the nickel look go the Trojans with Brown coming in and Yoon exiting. Scott Tumulty to the left of his younger brother Sam. Haley on his right. 2 wide to the right side. That's the long side. Here's Scott Tumulty trying to get to the edge. Taylor trying to wall him in. He cuts in. Avon Jones is having none of it as he turns him down right near the line of scrimmage.
number 1, Scott Tumulty on the carry.
2nd carry of the afternoon for Tumulty.
For Avon Jones.
It'll be a 4th down and 1, and here comes Mayday on to attempt the field goal.
It is 4th and 2.
Mayday missed a 50-yard field goal earlier going in this direction. This will be with a crosswind coming from his right out of the hold of Jalen Cooper. It'll be a 33-yard attempt from the right hash mark. It is up. It is sidewinding. It is up and through. Mayday makes the 33-yard field goal, and USF comes away with points. Their lead up to 10, 17-10 with 2:56 left to go here in the third. We're back to the kickoff next here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Devin Stupples back to
2:56 left to go here in the third quarter. A 32-yard Brian Mayday field goal has pushed the USF lead back to double figures at 10, 17-7. The Trojans scored on their most recent drive. They'll try to duplicate it here. Inside is Tennick Sonicson on the right side, outside the numbers, 15-20. Thought about angling to his left, up the near side, tiptoeing to the 30. Shoulders his way out of bounds, ushered out of there by Jared King. Good starting position for the Trojans, just a yard or two outside of their 30. 2:51 is what the third quarter clock reads. That'll be a 1st and 10 from the Taylor 33 as they go from right to left. Here in the third, down by 10, 17-7. Hockett has Dylan Scally, who's got some tape on his right arm. Faking the inside handoff, pitching near side. Thomas, man right there, and coming through the block and stopping that play in its tracks was Matthew Perry as he went right through the block of Dakota Sonicson. USF starting to key in on these pitches to Ja Thomas, who's been electric today. 10 carries for 54 yards, including a 22-yard scamper earlier. But a loss of 7 puts it back at the Taylor 16. Faking the handoff is Hockett. Throws off his foot, far side, short of the intended man Bagley. Just the 8th pass attempt for Taylor today.
86, Drew Bagley, the intended receiver. It is 3rd and long.
So not what Taylor wanted to see here after the defense just gave up the 8-play drive, capped by the 32-yard field goal from Mayday. And they're in danger of going 3 and out quickly here. Hockett almost got the 2 defensive ends to jump offside, Cameron Holman and Pat Strosha. But they stay onside, actually make it Marcelo Bernardi, the new man in there. Dime look for USF, but the Trojans have to burn a timeout as head coach Aaron Mingo for the Trojans saw the play clock down to single digits. First stoppage for Taylor here in the second half. We'll take it with them. 2:09 remaining in the third. Taylor 3rd and 17 and coming from their own 26. That's next here on the Trojan Sports Network. Taylor 1 for 7 on third down today, 1 for 2 here in the third quarter, and they need one here. It's 3rd and 17 from their own 26, going from right to left. Bagley in motion, back to the left side. Hockett fumbles the snap, gets it back. Nice block, Scally. Hockett's going to run up the middle. 30, angling to his right, 35, 40. Trying to get outside with a stiff arm, trying to wrestle his way out of the tackle of Perry. He got to the 41, and it's going to be a decision time for the Trojans. It's 4th and 2. A gain of 15 on the 3rd and 17 scamper by Hockett. And the offense is staying on the field here for the Trojans. Down 10, the Trojans knowing possessions might be hard to come by as we have less than 100 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 17-7, the Taylor deficit. The Trojans are 0 for 1 on 4th down today, and the play clock is down to 6 and 5. They got to go quick. A lot of folks for USF near the line of scrimmage. Nose guard jumped off sides. Hockett spikes the ball in frustration, but I think Michael Johnson, the nose tackle, jumped off sides. At least that's what the folks wearing purple and gray are trying to argue. Here's the call. Trying to guess the snap count was the graduate student, Michael Johnson out of Hillsdale, Illinois. Jumped off sides and moved the ball up to the 46. And the Trojans get new life breathed into this drive down 10. 3 wide receivers here for Hockett. The short side of the field, that's the far side of the field, are Payne and Ellis. Hudson Holbein all by his lonesome on the wide side of the field. That's to the left. Right hash mark snap. Hockett spins the ball. Quick throw near side. Payne out to the 50. Got wrapped up by Perry, the corner, who was playing off. And Payne takes it to the USF 48-yard line. His sister, an All-American volleyball player at Bethel, will see her in town here next week, a week from today. 6-yard pickup to the USF 48. And here's 2nd down and 4 for the Trojans from the USF side of the field. The offense has looked much better here in this second half. After having just 34 yards of total offense in the first half, they're over 70 here in the second. Hockett, shovel pass back with the Bagley. He maneuvers his way through, and the big man rumbles across the 45. He got stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down and 1 on the second shovel pass to Bagley today. The Taylor fans upset. They thought that Bagley had landed with the ball across the 45 to the 44. But he's a yard short, and Taylor looks to pick up their second 3rd down conversion of the day. Chest high snap. Hockett pitching near side. Here comes Ellis. 1st down and more. 40, 35. Blistered out of bounds by Tumulty. As Tumulty shoulders him out of bounds. But a nice hook up there for Ellis. Who had a big run earlier in the drive, and it's 1st down for the Trojans. So they put the ball at the 32, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. A 13-yard pickup for Ellis. We head to the 4th. Taylor with points on the board. They trail by 10, 17-7 after 3 quarters of play here on the Trojan Sports Network. The Trojans kind of flipped the script there in the third quarter. They hold USF to just about 50, a little bit under 60 yards of total offense. The Trojans, on the other hand, have over 80 yards in the third. They've got the ball here, 1st and 10, going from left to right to start the 4th, trailing 17-7 to number 14 USF. This is the 7th play of the drive for Taylor after a 13-yard scamper on a 3rd and 1 by Stephen Ellis. Gives him a fresh set of downs. Thomas in motion. Hockett drops back to throw. He'll run it himself up the left side. 30, 25. Hit from the side as he sent across the 20-yard line. He got to the 21, and that's a 10-yard pickup. They're making an 11-yard pickup. 1st and 10 from Damon Hockett.
Michael Johnson. Gain of 11. Fans, that's good for another Taylor.
8th rush of the day for Hockett. Everybody trailing. Thomas is 10 for 55. Chest high snap. Option. Left side. Pitch to Thomas. Good block from Sonicson. Thomas, though, tiptoes his way across the 20. Smothered up by Scott Tumulty. And Ja gets to the 20. That's a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. 9th play of the drive for the Trojans. They scored on a 2-play drive after Taylor had pinned USF back. Just underway here in the 4th. Taylor with the ball down by 10. Left hash mark snap on a 2nd and 9 from the USF 20. Double tight end set as Silas Martin bobbled his way on the left side after Bagley had moved to the right side of the line. 4th penalty today for the Trojans. And it'll put them over 50 yards in penalty yardage today. St. Francis, on the other hand, just 19 yards of penalties today. It's a 5-yard mark-off back to the 25.
It is 2nd and 14.
So now it's 2nd and 14 for the Taylor offense. They've been in the red zone once today, and twice today, and they scored once. Their most recent time in the red zone. Hockett, quick throw, right side, a screen to Ja Thomas. He is bracketed out. The ball comes free. Ellis was right there, but they'll say Thomas was down when he got to the 25-yard line. That's no gain. As Taylor now has to go into this strong crosswind from right to left. From their right to their left. That's from the near sideline to the far for those of you watching at home.
Gain of 1.
So they'll give him 1 to the 24. But it's going to be 3rd down and 13 here for TU. They're 2 of 4 on 3rd downs here in the second half as Dylan Scally comes in replacing Ja Thomas. DRC and Ellis to the wide side of the field with a right hash mark snap. Hockett rolls that way to his left. Pressure comes, trying to outrun it. He's not going to be just going to fling it forward to avoid a sack. Pressure coming in from every which way. Nick Franciscovich, sophomore out of Lockport, Illinois, the first one to come in and force him off of his spot. But then it was Pat Strosha, the one that came in and forced it away. Late sub is now the Trojans will attempt a field goal here with Isaac Hoke. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 13 minutes left to go. Here in the 4th, Hoke from the right hash mark. The wind blowing from right to left, from the near sideline to the far. Out of the hole of Evan McMillan. A 42-yard field goal. It is going to be wide right. It had the leg, but Hoke misses it wide to the right. And the Trojans remain down by 10, again with 12:55 to go here in the 4th.
17. Your Trojans 7.
The Taylor defense has been solid here in this second half, but they're going to need to really ramp it up here and try to force USF into another quick 3 and out, something they've done a little bit today. They've held USF to just 3 points on that Mayday field goal from 32 yards from about the same exact spot that Hoke just missed from. 1st and 10 for USF from their own 25. As they go from right to left here in quarter number 4, leading by 10. They've led the whole way, jumped out to a 14-0 lead, reverse. Here there's the youngest of the Tumulties. Out to the left, out to the near sideline, out of the stretch arm. Hockett finally pushed out of bounds by Reese Pinckney, but a wonderful reverse to Joey Tumulty as he gets the 1st down and more out to the 47-yard line. That's a pickup of 22 yards from the youngest of the Tumulty brothers.
Gain of 22. That's good for a St. Francis 1st down.
Huge pickup there for Joey Tumulty, who does a little bit of everything for the St. Francis offense, and they're back in rhythm here. 12:25 remaining here in the fourth. First drive of the fourth for USF. Handoff to Day. Stops and starts over the left guard. Trojans trying to tug at that ball. Day keeps his arms moving, and he carries the pile for a 12-yard gain to the 41, a first down and more.
Brought down by 32, Jacob Hockett. Gain of 12.
A 12-yard pickup as he
For another St. Francis first down.
took it to the Taylor 41, and here comes the USF offense. 2 plays and a quick 2 first downs for the visitors. That's 34 yards on just 2 plays for USF. On the ground on a reverse to Joey Tumulty, then Gavin Day up the middle. A back on either side of Tumulty. The Day again around the left end. Steps through the first tackle, keeps his feet, put his hand on the ground. Did he get another first down? No. He's a yard short, but another solid run for the redshirt freshman Gavin Day.
Tripped up by 32.
Got stopped at the Taylor 32. But this offense for USF starting to look like they did on that first drive of the game where they marched 10 yards, and it was Tumulty to Tumulty, Sam to Joey. As again, USF's offense looking for their second offensive score of the day. They got the pass, the fumble recovery in the end zone, and then the field goal. So the offense trying to find their second points by their hands. Good start here on a 2nd and 1. Day around the left side, stiff-armed his way around Messer, near sideline, tiptoes inside the red zone of the 20. But Day starting to really flash here as he gets stopped at the Taylor 18. That's a gain of 14 on 2nd and 1.
Gain of 14 on the play. That's good for another St. Francis first down.
4 plays, 3 first downs on this drive already for USF as they've got it 1st and 10 from the Taylor 18, going from right to left, leading 17-7 with the wind slightly at their backs. 10 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Taylor in the midst of a 3-game losing streak in this MSFA crossover matchup. The Fighting Saints, the 14th ranked team in the land, undefeated 3-0. Ranzau, holding on for dear life and tripped up Haley, holding on to his right hip. A loss of 1 back to the 19.
Loss of 1. 2nd and 11.
So 2nd down and 11, and USF is going with the 2 running back look. Haley and Day both on either side of the quarterback, Sam Tumulty, for the better part of this second half so far. It's given them a lot more options running-wise and allows the quarterback to use his feet, which is a very dangerous weapon for the junior transfer from Augustana College. Today here on a low snap that he's able to pick up. Ranzau holding on to those legs of Day and not letting him go anywhere. Back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, but it's going to be 3rd and 11. Actually make him maybe a loss back to the 20.
With 11 yards to go, it's third down.
So no gain, 3rd and 11. St. Francis is just 1 for 4 on 3rd downs here in the second half today. They send 3 wide to the far side of the field. Those would be Joey Tumulty, Dezion Jordan's the farthest man, and then Getch, the tight ends in between them. 1 back is Haley. To the left of the quarterback, Tumulty in the gun. Taylor rushes 4, and they drop 7. Tumulty climbs the pocket, rolling to the right side. He's got room to go 20, 15, cutting it up 10, on his feet, 5, spins. He lost the ball in the end zone! Falling on it was who? It's USF, and they get the touchdown, as it looks like it was Joey Tumulty to fall on it, and it was. His older brother fumbled it as he was serpentining and spinning his way near the goal line. But will they say that the ball was advanced on the fumble?
Preliminary signal was a touchdown.
And the initial rule is a touchdown. And the call is confirmed by our referee, Matthew Craig. So Tumulty to Tumulty again. It won't go down as a passing play, but Sam fumbles it. Joey recovers it. And St. Francis gets their 2nd offensive touchdown of the day, and they lead 23-7.
Number 17, Mayday, in to attempt the point after.
Mayday's extra point is up, and it is good. And 24-7 the lead now for St. Francis with 8:30 left to go here in the fourth against Taylor on the Trojan Sports Network. So Taylor misses the 32-yard field goal wide right, and then a 7-play, 75-yard drive as Joey Tumulty falls on the fumble of his big brother's Sam's run. Pooch punt, fair catch caught and made by Stephen Ellis of Taylor on the far sideline and around the 31 or 32.
Caught by number 5, Stephen Ellis.
8 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in the fourth. Taylor really needs a quick drive and they need to come away with some points here. They were shut out in the first half. Didn't really ever get the ball across midfield. Never got the ball across midfield against USF. The second half has been much different. They went down, got to the one on their first drive of the third. Couldn't score there, but then came around and got the points eventually. Lamb handoff from Hockett dances his way for 1 to the 32.
Brought down by 9, Nick Mabudas, and 22, Carson Hansen. Gain of 1.
Taylor's rushing offense today has been kept in check, 111 yards, 3.5 yards per tote. Same yardage for USF on 2 less carries. Hockett screams to the ball, gets it, fakes the handoff and rolls to his right. Has to avoid a man, throws it on the run over the head of the intended man. That would be Dakota Sonicson. Pressure came from behind by Cameron Holman and Nico Friesek. And there's 3rd down and 9 for the Trojans, who are 2 for 5 on 3rd downs here in the second half. 2 for 10 in the entire game. From left to right go the Trojans with 7:55 in the third, down 24-7 to the 14th ranked USF Fighting Saints. Rolling to his right is Hockett. Throws it off balance to the far side, underthrown, diving and making the catch was Cooper. Did he make it in bounds? It looks like he did, and he did. Cooper diving interception on Hockett, second turnover of the day by the offense. And USF gets it 1st and 10 from the Trojan 45 with 7:49 and leading by 17. So not what Taylor wanted to see happen offensively, and is right back to Tumulty and the USF offense. 1st and 10 from the Trojan 45 with their best starting position of the day. 7 minutes, 49 seconds left to go in the fourth. USF on the verge of starting 2023 off 4-0 after a nail-biter win against Lawrence Tech and their head coach in his 4th season, former Taylor assistant Avant Mitchell. Bracketed backs on either side of Sam Tumulty. Day gets it around the right side, cuts it back to his left, up the middle. Taylor rips him down just shy of the 40. We'll call it the 41. A gain of 4 as it was Avon Jones to stop the always dynamic Gavin Day. USF has run 12 more plays than Taylor has today. They've outgained the Trojans by 213 yards, averaging 3 more yards per play, 5.8 to 2.8 is the St. Francis offense today. And they've also won the turnover battle here 2-1. 2nd and 6 for the Fighting Saints. The clock is their friend now with 7:05 and running. Here in the fourth, leading 24-7. Chest high snap, play action. Off his back foot, wide open, and it's caught, and trying to get to the end zone. Caught from behind was Jake Friddle, but another back foot throw from Sam Tumulty, a high arcer that's down to his backup tight end, Jake Friddle, his first catch of the afternoon. Puts it a goal-to-go situation for USF from the Taylor 5.
A 37-yard gain, good for a St. Francis first down. 1st and goal on the Trojan 4.
Make it down to the 4, a hookup of 37 yards on the day. That's the 3rd longest completion of the afternoon for Tumulty, who's 14 for 28 for 261 through the air today. Haley's on his left, Day's on his right in the backfield with 2 wide receivers deployed to the right side. Handoff left side. Haley tried to jump over somebody, and he got smacked out of the air. Picks up 2 to the 2-yard line.
Haley on the carry. Stopped by number 4, Reese Pinckney.
It was Reese Pinckney coming in from his cornerback spot to stop him. As we dip below 6 minutes to go here in quarter number 4. USF has led the whole way today. The Trojans cut it to 14-7 with a 2-play drive after the defense flexed their muscles. Taylor turned it over on turned it over on downs from the 1. And then the Taylor defense forced USF on a 3-and-out. Well, the offense needed it today. They have not been able to deliver. New quarterback in. It's Scott Tumulty to take the Wildcat snap. Rolls to the left side. The defensive back stopped, and he might have lost a yard back. Actually, he's going to lose 2 yards back to the original line of scrimmage of the 4. So USF trying to use the bigger of the 3 Tumulty brothers, and the oldest one, Scott. Had a couple nice rushes last week. He clocks in at 205 to Sam's 185. But here's 3rd down and goal back at the original line of scrimmage of the 4. 6 for 14 of the Fighting Saints on 3rd down today. And the way the offense is moving with 10 seconds on the play clock, they might call a timeout here and talk things over with 4:52 and counting. Here in quarter number 4, and the Saints take the timeout. That's their first of the second half. They lead 24-7. They will talk it over. It's 3rd and goal from the 3 with 4:49 left to play in the 4th. We're back with more next here on the Trojan Sports Network. Third and goal again from the 3 here for St. Francis. And leading 24-7 with 4:49 left to play here today. This is most likely 4-down territory for the Fighting Saints offense. New receiver in is Alacio Battaglia. So he comes in as a slot receiver to the left. Left hash mark snap. The left side is the short side of the field. Here comes Joey Summelty in motion. Sam, his brother, rolls out. Pass complete, but hit immediately. David Worlds stops the younger Tumulty right at the 5, a loss of 1. It'll be 4th and goal.
Pass complete to 80, Joey Tumulty. Brought down by 38, David Worlds. Loss of 1. It is 4th and goal.
And here comes Mayday from the 4th and goal to try to add his 2nd field goal of the day. He has missed from 50. He has made from 32. And this will be from the right hash mark out of the hold of Jalen Cooper. And it should be a 26-yarder. Make it 21, excuse me. Taylor brings pressure, and it is wide right. Mayday missed that chip shot, 21-yarder. And with 4:05 left, the Trojans still have a little bit of life with 2 timeouts left. But the Taylor offense needs to go, and they need to go quick. Pinned all the way back. They're going to mark the ball at the 20. On a missed 21-yard field goal.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
So 1st and 10 for Hockin in the offense. He's got Dylan Scally to his right. 2 wide receivers and Bagley the tight end right. On the handoff, Thomas around the right side. Cuts it up. Gets a couple out to the 22.
Number 2, Ja Thomas on the carry.
Coming up to stop him was Tavion Wells. Good to see Wells back out there. Remember, he got dinged up earlier here in this second half. Good to see Tavion back out there for the Fighting Saints. 3:44. Taylor going into the slight crosswind, or going into the crosswind from left to right here in the second half, down 24-7 to the 14th ranked team in the country. Thomas around the far side this time. Gets a block. He gets cut down before he can get to the 15. Here's Jalen Cooper, who holds on kicks, had an interception today. Nice job to get Thomas out of there before he could really turn the corner and hit full steam. Pick up a 4, and it's 3rd and 4 for Taylor from the 26. Their own 26. Trailing 24-7. Taylor is struggling on 3rd down today. Just 2 for 11 are the Trojans. Hockin the pistol. Shoe high snap. Rolls to his right. Throws on the run. Far sideline. Short arms it into Dakota Sonicson. Hockett 8 for 15 for just 18 yards passing today. And the Trojans down by 17 will go for it on 4th down with 3:04 left.
It is 4th and 4.
Taylor's gone for it on 4th down today from the 1. They missed it. Here's their second 4th down attempt of the afternoon. Bagley's a tight end, offset to the left. Holbein, Ellis, and Sonicson, the 3 wideouts for Damon Hockett. Fakes and throws a high arcing far side pass caught on the near sideline by Dakota Sonicson across the 41 of Taylor to the 42. A gain of 16 on 4th and 4, and the chains move.
Gain of 16 on the play. Fans, that's good for another Taylor.
So 1st and 10 from the 42. Remember, new rules this year. The clock does not stop on a 1st down. Pass to the far side, to the left, caught by Holbein. Wants to muscle his way near midfield. He'll be tackled inbounds by Wells and a couple other Fighting Saints. Mabuta's slow to get back up. As Hockett finds Holbein to the 49, a hookup of 7 from the 2 younger brothers of both current and former Taylor football players. So a catch for Uncle Hudson to the near side again, and he catches it into the USF side. He lost it, falls back on it at the USF 45. That'll be good enough for a 1st down, actually put him back to the 46. And they'll say the ball went out of bounds, so stop the clock with 2:08 left, and the Trojans pick up a 1st down, but a USF player is down behind the play. We will take a break and come back with more next. 2:08 left to go in the 4th. Taylor driving, but down 24-7 to number 14 St. Francis of Illinois here on the Trojan Sports Network. The injured Fighting Saint was number 90, Curtis Reeves, redshirt freshman of Bellwood, Illinois. He is being helped off the field by one of the members of the St. Francis coaching staff. 1st and 10 for Taylor from the St. Francis 46-yard line after back-to-back 1st down plays by the purple and gray. Hockett moves Thomas in motion from left to right. He rolls to the right side. Does Hockett with an option? He will keep it himself. Angles to his right. Taken down by the linebacker, Franciscovich. Pick up of 4 to the 42.
Brought down by 31, Tavion Wells.
2nd down and 6, but the clock the enemy of the Trojans with 105 seconds remaining in the 4th, and Taylor looks to be on their way to their 4th straight loss. A much better showing today after giving up a bunch of points against 2 D1 teams the last couple weeks. Hockett calls his own number, slows his way up the middle, out to the right side numbers, 30, 25, 20. Hockett in a foot race to the 10. He's bumped out of bounds big by Nick Mabutis. A big pickup for Hockett to the USF 5. Actually call it the 7. So a gain of 35 on the scamper up the middle for Damon Hockett, and it's a goal-to-go situation from the 7-yard line for TU.
Gain of 35 on the play. And that's good for another Taylor.
The 24 points are the fewest points the Trojans have given up this season. And given up 30-plus in all 4 games coming into today. Hockett sends Bagley from the right to the left. Pistol formation, fakes the handoff to Scally, rolls near side. Looking end zone. Hockett wants to do it himself. He's got to cover up that ball before he gets dropped backwards. He will get no gain to the 7.
Brought down by 22, Carson Hansen.
Carson Hansen, the first one to stop Hockett, as we almost had a minute to go here in quarter number 4. Taranchik in for Taylor in the running back spot, replacing Scally. USF has held the ball for almost 10 more minutes than Taylor has today as we hit 53 seconds left to go here. Shoe high snap. Hockett turns around, gives off to Taranchik. The local kid powers his way forward. Did he get one? Yep, to the 6, but Taylor's got to go quick. It's 3rd and goal with 42 seconds left.
Brought down by number 6.
Taylor just not having a lot of urgency here, even though they're down 17. It's a good opportunity to get some late game, clock winding, goal-to-go situation work. 26 seconds left, chest high snap. Hockett fakes, throws a dart across the side, intercepted by Cooper in the end zone. Up the near sideline, he's got a lot of green space in front of him. Taranchik trying to chase him down. Cooper already near midfield. He will be taken out of bounds with 14 seconds left. As Hockett telegraphed it, Cooper picks off his second pass of the day. And with 13 seconds left, USF is going to come away with the victory today and win 24-17. All that's left are the final couple of kneel downs here for Sam Tumulty and USF's crew. So they win the turnover battle today, 3-1. And USF is going to pick up their 4th win of the year. Suffered a tough loss in their last game of the year to St. Xavier that prevented them from going to the postseason and winning the MSFA Midwest League title. But the Fighting Saints looking really good. They're the 14th ranked team in the country as Tumulty takes the knee. And the final seconds will run off the clock here as the Fighting Saints trying to get back to the postseason after narrowly missing it a year ago. They start 2023 off with a 4-0 start as they defeat Taylor today by a final of 24-7. USF moves to 4-0 on the year. The Trojans fall to 1-4. We'll take a break and come back with the Ivanhoe's post-game show next here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online Tire Finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, Rob Sisson, and Adam Sieglin, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
to be your nephew's #1 fan. Holiday Inn Express. We're there, so you can be too.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
If you get sick, you can trust that we will take care of you. As a Magnet designated healthcare system, our expert team will create a personalized plan to get you back on your feet. Marion Health, great care from great people.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 4 different levels of membership for you to choose from. Each level receives complimentary season tickets, while the Athletic Director's Circle and Trojan MVP levels receive gifts from the athletic department. Over the years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-4331 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Back here on the Ivanhoe's post-game show, final score, you see it right there, 24-7. The victory for number 14, St. Francis. They move to 4-0 on the year. Taylor falls to 1-4 as they drop their 4th straight game. It was a early 14-0 USF advantage. Sam Tumulty found his younger brother Joey for a 13-yard touchdown on the first drive of the game for the Fighting Saints. And then it was a Damon Hockett fumble after the Trojans had already gotten a fumble recovery to put them kind of deep in their own territory. Hockett had a low snap. He kneed it down. Then the ball just ricocheted, danced all the way into the end zone. Logan Johnson fell on it. A Mayday extra point made it 14-0 after the first half of play for St. Francis. But the Trojans came back strong. The defense got a 3-and-out on the first drive of the third. Taylor got it all the way down to the 1 on their first drive of the third quarter. They turned it over on downs after 2 straight runs up the middle were stopped. The Taylor defense again showed their strength in that third quarter. So they got a quick 3-and-out. It was a dropped punt. Mayday threw it for 4 yards, but nothing doing there. Taylor got the ball at the 5, 2 plays in. John Thomas scores from 2 yards out. And just like that, it's 14-7. The USF lead, but the Fighting Saints came right back on the next drive. 8 plays, a 32-yard field goal from Mayday, pushed it back to a 17-7 USF lead, and after that, the Trojan offense just could not find their rhythm. The next drive bled into the fourth quarter. It was a wide right miss from Hoke from 32 yards away that would have made it a 1-score game. It was a Tumulty fumble. This time it was It was brother Sam fumbling and then younger brother Joey falling on it in the end zone after the Trojans had looked to maybe get their second takeaway of the day. It was for naught, a 24-7 USF lead, and then Jalen Cooper got his first of what would become 2 interceptions on the afternoon, sandwiched around a wide right field goal for the visitors, and USF comes away today with a 24-7 victory. USF today got 17 first downs to Taylor's 12. Taylor, like they do with their option offense, won the rushing category today, 157 yards on the ground, but St. Francis really dominated things through the air, 264 yards to Taylor's 46. Total offense today was all USF. They outgained Taylor today by 176 yards, 379 to 203. That's an average yards of play for the Fighting Saints offense of almost 6 yards per play. Taylor was at 3.5. St. Francis fumbled the ball twice. They lost one of them. Taylor fumbled it once. They lost it. They also had 2 interceptions as USF wins the takeaway battle today, 3-1. Possession time in favor of the Saints at almost 6 more minutes, and third down conversions went the way of USF as well. The Fighting Saints converted on 6 of their 15 third down opportunities. Taylor was just 2 of 13, including going 0 for 5 in the first half. Fourth downs, 2 for 4 for St. Francis. Taylor was 1 of 2. Red zone scoring chance today, the Fighting Saints were 3 of 4. Taylor today was 1 of 4. Taylor gives up their fewest amount of points this season, but they still find themselves on the wrong side of the scoreboard, falling today by a final of 24-7. They fall to 1-4 on the year. St. Francis moves to 4-0. The Trojans are on a bye next week, and then they've got a big one. Number 5 and cross-county foe, Indiana Wesleyan, comes into town 2 weeks from today. That is a 6 o'clock kickoff. We'll have coverage for you here on the Trojan Sports Network. Special thanks to our camera operator, Colin Norman, who got to make friends with the USF fan base today as he was over in the visiting stands. Hope they treated him nice. And Nathan Tompkins was here, our producer. The executive producer of the Trojan Sports Network is Seth Michael. For everyone here on the Trojan Sports Network, we thank you so much for tuning in, whether it was here, whether it was far, whether it was international today. We thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. My name is Rick Johnson. Once again, our final score here from Turner Stadium today, it was number 14 St. Francis defeating Taylor by a final of 24-7. We're back with more Taylor Athletics coverage tonight when the men's soccer team takes on St. Francis of Indiana in their first Crossroads League match of the year. That comes up at 7 o'clock tonight from right here on this very YouTube channel at this very stadium complex. For one final time here from Upland, Indiana, the Trojans fall today to number 14 St. Francis 24-7. For everyone on the Trojan Sports Network, my name is Rick Johnston. We thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. To talk to you again, we say good afternoon from Upland, Indiana. This has been a presentation of Taylor Football on the Trojan Sports Network.
Proceeding has been a presentation of the Trojan Sports Network. Proceeding has been a presentation of the Trojan Sports Network.